Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the Bleedbigblue podcast, dedicated coverage of the New York Football Giants by your hosts, Marco, J Money, Tim, and Captain Negative. Streaming to you live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch.
Good afternoon, Giant fans. Welcome to another live podcast as we are invading Washington today with an old friend from New York, Mark Sanchez, manning the Redskins. Giants holding on to some very loose playoff hopes. And we're going to get some company in a little bit here. Same cast of characters coming to you live this week as last week. We know that you guys are playing in your fantasy playoffs today. So we are going to, as usual, bring us around the league. Look at some of the games that we got going on at 1 o'clock. Jets are in Buffalo taking on the Bills. Carolina is in Cleveland. Atlanta at the frozen tundra in Green Bay. Baltimore and Kansas City, two playoff teams in the AFC going at it there. New England and Miami, someplace where New England usually struggles. They're going into Miami today to play the Dolphins. Should be a shootout in Tampa Bay as Drew Brees and the Saints come in to play the Bucs. Big game in the AFC South. Indy and Houston, and of course, Saquon and the Giants against Mark Sanchez and the Redskins coming up shortly. So stay with us. We'll be with you as kickoff. Get those games recorded. Pause it with us. And we'll be live in a couple of minutes. Don't touch the ornaments, Joe.
Don't touch the ornaments.
Don't touch the ornaments, Joe. It was funny, during the podcast on Wednesday night, we had somebody in all caps saying, don't touch the ornaments. So your first little go-around with us last Sunday was a success. How about that?
That's awesome. That's classic. I knew it was going to be a hit. Good
yeah,
stuff.
That's a good one. We haven't clipped it yet, but I promise you we will. Joe, you're live with us as we are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, all over the place, the YouTube.
Nice.
You got some fantasy playoff guys going today, Joe. We're going to go around the league in a little bit. Just went over all the matchups. Any games that you're looking at, of course, besides the Giant game, that you're intrigued with?
Yeah, I actually made a slight tweak to my lineup at the end, and I put in Cortland Sutton for Demaryius Thomas in one of the leagues. So, yeah,
how about that? Which league is that? Is that a money league, Joe?
That's a money league. Yeah, all three are money.
And here we go. Speaking of money, Rojas kicks off to the Redskins. It's in the end zone, and we'll have a touchback here in Washington as Mark Sanchez takes the field. First start since November 26th of 2015. And this Giant D must be salivating, Joe, to have Sanchez behind center.
Behind center. Absolutely.
Right.
See if they can formulate any type of pass rush.
Let's see what can go on today. Redskins banged up, especially at the guard position. And it'll be a 1st and 10. Redskins in the home jerseys, the maroons, against the Giants in the white. And the first carry goes to Peterson. He's across the 25 to the 26, and a host of Giants bring them down. Redskins offense ranked 27th in the league. Williams at left tackle, Asiki, Rollier, Howard, and Moses from left to right. Peterson, Doxson, Crowder, Vernon Davis, and Jordan Reed in the two tight end set. And, of course, butt fumble. 2nd and 9 as we're just underway. Redskins at their own 26. Man in motion to hand off to Peterson. He stutter steps. He's out to the 30, and he backs his way across the 35 out to the 38-yard line. All Adrian Peterson. Giants looked like they had him for maybe a stop of 2 or 3 yards, and He just kept churning, willing his way, gets a first down, gain of around 12 for AP there. Nice little run.
Great tackling there.
Oh, awful. Awful. PJ Webb, Ogletree just standing there, host the Giants around. Peterson keeps churning. Tough run, 1st and 10 for the Redskins. At their own 38. Sanchez under center. Man in motion. And it is a counterplay. Handoff to Peterson, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward, gain of 1. Good stop there by the Giants D. Redskins 6-6. Giants 4-8. Giants D, Hill, Tomlinson, and Morrow get the start. Martin, Goodson, Ogletree, and Vernon at the backers. We'll get to the secondary. Webb, Riley, Thomas, and Jenkins. Of course, Collins out today. When we get to the offense, I'm sure we'll talk quad injuries and OBJ. 2nd down and 9. Out of the shotgun now for Sanchez. Thompson is the back. Takes the snap, drops back. Looks left, throws left to Reed. Incomplete off his hands. Good coverage by the Giants. Feel free to chime on in, Joe.
Yeah, I will. Sorry, I got Nick and his friends coming right now.
That's all right. There's kids all over the place. We know how
it's
it
ridiculous.
Is. All good.
It's ridiculous.
Tampa Bay already going in. Tampa Bay already going in. And it's a 3rd and 9 here for Mark Sanchez. Thompson in motion as he's out of the gun. Now to his left in the backfield. Sanchez barking out. 3 on the play clock as he takes the snap. Blitz by the Giants. Good pressure. They got on the... Hey, let's go through what happened there. Giants with good pressure. They had a linebacker, looked like maybe Ogletree had his leg, but couldn't bring him down. Sanchez gets rid of it, and it falls incomplete off the hands of the wide receiver. It wasn't Ogletree. It looks like maybe it was Riley coming from the safety spot.
It was Riley, yep.
It was Riley, and he got there, but Sanchez, with Riley around his legs, threw, good throw, and bounced off the receiver's hands, incomplete. Punt here, fielded at the 10, stutter steps to the 15, out to the 20, and brought down at the 21. A nice return there. Looks like that might have been Davis. And the Giants offense will start deep in their own territory.
What do we got there? Is that a Cameron Brate touchdown, Jim?
Hey, you know what? I told you about Cameron Brate and how I felt about him. Let's take
Cameron Brate with a flag.
The...
Let me see. Pass interference, defense. We got a Cameron Brate touchdown there, Jim. Right off the bat, saves. It puts my tight end spot in good shape.
We said, Joe, right there makes it worse to play, and there's 12-19 left in the first.
He's got the one touchdown needed.
That's the only score so far. As we look around the league and see what's going on, Tampa just marched straight down the field against New Orleans. I didn't notice what was going on until Winston had a 14-yard run that put him maybe into the red zone, and then the next play, Winston to Cameron Brate. There was a flag down. It was interference, and the touchdown will stand. Winston to Brate, Tampa Bay 7, Tampa Bay 6. New Orleans yet to have the ball. New England in the red zone quite quickly in Miami on a pass from Brady to Cordell Patterson. So that's what's going on there. Let's see here. Buffalo going in at the Jet 25. It's 2nd and 10 there. Carolina just got into the red zone on a Newton to McCaffrey pass. It's 1st and 4. 1st and goal from the Cleveland 4 there. Atlanta with a 1st and 15. They're in Green Bay territory at their 47. Baltimore just forced a punt and now has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 18. We told you what's going on in New England as Michelle gets 5 on 1st down. 2nd and 5 now from the Miami 5. And then scoreless in Houston. It looks like Houston's been stopped at their own 34. And we'll have to punt there. Joe Jordan's calling me. I don't know what the hell's going on there, but I really can't talk to him right now. Joe, can you text him and tell him that I'm a little busy?
Yeah, something's going on with the lineup or something, and somebody's leaving spots open. I'll get in for you. I'll let you know.
Yeah, get a report. I can't deal with it now. I don't know who left spots open.
All right, I'm on it.
Whatever's going on, just tell them that if it makes sense, I'll fix it. Manning swings it right to Barkley, and he makes the catch behind the line of scrimmage and doesn't get much at all. Caught it around 6 or 7 yards behind the line. Maybe got to the point where he lost 2 overall. And it'll be a second down and 11 or 12 for Eli and the Giants. Can't talk right now. Unbelievable. And Eli, well, hand off to Barkley, and he is dropped. Big loss there by the Giants. Pitch out to Barkley left, and the defender was waiting for him. Looked like it might have been, let's see who made the play. Kerrigan? Yep, it was Kerrigan. And that results in a loss of around 6 or 7. 3rd and 18 for the Giants, so they're going backwards here. And Eli takes the snap from his own 12 or 13 and now flings it out to the right. It's complete. Evan Ingram, he gets to around the 20. There's a flag down. He's out to the 21, not even close to a first down. And we'll check the flag. Hopefully it's against the Redskins. We'll see what goes on. Giants will be forced to punt. So the penalty was against the Giants. I got the game on mute, so you'll have to deal with the penalties. You know, you guys know what's going on. You're watching the game too. If you don't, we'll fill you in if we get it. But right now it was declined. It sets up a 4th and 10, so the Giants get, as the Italians say, ugats on the opening drive there, and they will have to punt. Dixon with a pretty good punt, takes a bounce at the 45. Looks like maybe a flag came in, and then it's fair caught at around the 38. Giants clapping. Looks like the flag will be against the Redskins there. We'll check it, see what the hell it is. Regardless, Redskins ball. We'll just check on where they'll start.
Hey, Jim, got an update for you for the fantasy.
Yeah, fill me in here. What's going on with our damn...
Yeah, Joe P is in the middle of nowhere. His Wi-Fi kind of is crappy, and he wanted to put Callaway in his lineup, and he tried before one, but something happened. So I guess he's kind of in shit out of luck with that at this point in time.
Who is he playing?
Let me find out.
See, now, here we go, guys. As a commissioner of a league, sometimes you got to make some goddamn decisions. And right now, live on the air during the Giants game, no, I'm out. Like, I got a good history in this league. Joe when he comes on. I just, bad year, right? One of those years. So I'm out. I got nothing going on. But as a commissioner now, I have to tend to what's going on in my league while I'll give you the best broadcast I could possibly give. So as that goes on and I get updated, and I will make a fair decision here as we find out what the hell happened. Giants go to commercial. It's going to be Redskin Bowl there. Meanwhile, in Buffalo, Josh Allen, touchdown, scampered in from around 7 yards. Field goal's good, extra point good. Buffalo leads 7-0 there. Carolina got in, don't know who scored. I'll try to check that for you as I can. Carolina adds the extra point, 7-0 in Cleveland. Atlanta, 3rd and 10 at the Green Bay 28, so they're moving. Baltimore, 3rd and 7 at their own 37-yard line. New England scored, and they lead 6-0. Gostkowski misses the extra point there. Let's check what's going on. New Orleans, first down, 20-yard pass to Michael Thomas there at the Tampa Bay 42, trying to match a touchdown there. Still scoreless in Houston. Indianapolis has the ball, 3rd and 10 at their own 45. So there's a quick update there. Joe, are you listening? Are you with me? Can you send message to the league that while I am in the podcast, what I am going to do is I am going to do what commissioners do. Who's Joe playing? Let's try to figure that out.
Joe's playing Tide Pods. He's playing Chris.
Oh, Christ almighty.
Yeah, so
All
you
right.
have a problem.
Then
He's got one spot empty, and it's a wide receiver, so he has a spot empty, and he couldn't get him in time, or something happened with his Wi-Fi. So that's just a tough decision for you.
That's a decision that I need Kalella's opinion on. If I can hear can someone reach out to Kalella and via text or phone call and send this out to the league, let them know what I'm doing, Joe, that I got shit going on. But I'm okay with putting Callaway in quickly. I can still maneuver the lineups, but I need Kalella's okay here before I can go ahead and do that.
All right, I'm going to let him know you can put him in with Kalella's approval.
Yeah, let's get Kalella in on this. I'm trying to make a fair decision, and as I do, the Sanchez tries to set up a screen. It goes off Thompson's hands, almost incomplete. 2nd and 10, almost intercepted. It is incomplete, and it'll set up a 2nd and 10. So lots going on early and often. I'll tell you guys. I'll fill you in. The guy that the player in my league. So the player in my league is Joe P. We call him Joe Jordan. That is in the conundrum right now. But the guy that he's playing against, it's a complete pain in the ass. Flag against the Redskins here. This will push him back. So as a nice guy that I am, I would be very happy throwing in this player as a convenience, since it's still only 115. But I don't want to fucking hear the mouth of the guy in the other fucking league, the guy that he's playing against. So there we go. We'll fill you in on that. 2nd and 15 here for Sanchez and the Redskins. He's out of the shotgun. He fakes it. He throws, and it's batted down. Awful throw for Sanchez. I mean, just god awful. I think he hit somebody in the back. Christ. 3rd and 15. Hilarious. So there you go. We'll check around the league in a little bit, see what's going on. Josh Landry on a reverse or a handoff of some type ties the game in Cleveland. 3rd and 15 here as the Giant D tries to get a stop. Sanchez has it, dumps it off on a screenplay. Out to around the 25, slips a tackle, doesn't get much more than that, maybe to the 26. And the Giants stop him well short of the first down, and now we'll get the ball back. Good job by the defense there, putting him out. So Cleveland knots it up. In Miami, Tannehill to Kenny Stills. Knots it at 6, extra point pending there. So lots going on around the NFL. Glad you could join us. Hopefully you're listening. Punt here, fielded by the Giants at the 25, and he is stopped on the spot. Well, maybe gain of around 2 after he fielded it, and that's about that. So I got another friend that reached out here. Let's see what he said.
What's the chances of getting
well, thank you,
Kalella?
Vinny Pippola. Says I have a good voice there. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hopefully you find it sexy. And I know you're listening at your daughter's recital, so I know hopefully you got the best of both worlds there, and a little both forms of entertainment. And I know she is adorable. So hand off to Barkley here, and he muscles his way out across the 30 to the 31 on a first down carry there. What's up, Joe? Talk to me here. What do we got going on? These guys are bothering me on a live podcast.
Yeah, I'm trying here, man. All I said was you can put him in if we get Kalella's approval, but getting a hold of Kalella, you know how that is.
Tell Joe Jordan to 911 beat Kalella like we used to back in the day, and have a conversation with him. And if they're okay with it, I'm okay with it. I'm not a douchebag, but I got to involve Colella in this, and I think Joe Jordan would appreciate that. I would do the same for him. Swung out to Barkley to the left, and it bounces off his hands. Would have been a huge gain, definitely a first down. Didn't look like there was anybody there, and it bounces off his hands. Bad loss there. Could have been a big play for the Giants. Meanwhile, in Green Bay, Matt Ryan to Julio Jones for a touchdown there, and Atlanta leads 7-0. We'll go fully around the league at the next time out for the Giants. But right now, with the Giant game, with 9:40 left in the first, it's scoreless, and the Giants have a 3rd and 6 at their own 31 after the Barkley drop. Out of the shotgun, Manning takes the snap. He drops back, got time, throws, and now incomplete. Was looking for Evan Ingram, maybe around a yard short of the first, and it bounced off his hand, incomplete. Good coverage there by the Redskins, and the Giants and Redskins continue to trade punts here in the first quarter. 9 minutes and 34 seconds left, and each team has had at least 37 possessions so far. So there we go on that one. Interesting scenario going on in my fantasy league right now. Very interesting. And if you guys have comments, we'll try to check them later, see what's going on. I'm one man here. I'm one man. I can only do.
You can only do so much, Jim.
You can only do so much, Joe. I'm trying to give the callers what they want as Dixon punts it away, and it is muffed, and he falls on it. Could have been a big play there for the Giants. It was called for maybe, I don't know if he called for a fair catch or not, but he muffed it. The ball bounced out of his hands and then luckily right to him as he fell on it, and the Redskins retain possession as the Giants go timeout. As they do, as we go to commercial in the Giants game, let's bounce around the league. In Buffalo, they got the ball back, and they still lead 7-0 there. 1st and 10, Buffalo at their own 25, 6:56 left in the first quarter. Carolina gets the ball back after the Cleveland score, 1st and 10 at their own 25, 7:41 left there in a 7-7 game. Green Bay has the ball, 3rd and 2 at their own 45, 9:50 left there. Baltimore and Kansas City have traded punts. Kansas City now has the ball back with 6:30 left there. Kansas City has a 2nd and 3. New England trails by 1, has the ball at their own 25, 5.5 left in Miami in the first. New Orleans did not get points. Tampa Bay gets the ball back, and off a penalty now by New Orleans, pass interference call, Tampa Bay has a first down at their own 33, 7.5 left there. Indy and Houston still scoreless, 7.5 there. Indy ball, 3rd and 2 at their own 49. So that's a bounce around the league there. There we go. Hope you're enjoying the podcast. Hope it's like the 4th time we've done it. We got no technical difficulties so far today. So hopefully you're enjoying this. I wish I had somebody here who can go and read some of the comments, what you guys are saying, what you guys have going on in your fantasies, any comments you may have. But we'll roll with it. I can't look through the phone. So I'm shit out of luck here, guys. I know Joe's trying to play code this year for me, so I love him. And in my league, in my money league, playing co-commish with these son of a bitches, my God. I can only imagine what's coming up. And Colela's to be missing, right?
Yeah, I did whatever was needed. I said text
cart.
him, whatever, but I think the bottom line on that one is...
To me, as a commissioner, that's a conversation between Joe Jordan and Colela.
100%.
And that's what needs to take place. And Joe Jordan has to be prepared now that if Callaway does nothing, I may still have to put him in after this whole thing. So this is going to be interesting. And it's the playoffs. And Sanchez with the ball at his own 31-yard line. Hand off to Adrian Peterson, jumps to the left, and the Giants gang him up. Not much. Maybe a gain of 1. And he's dropped there by a host of white jerseys. Tell Joe, please let them know I got the messages. I know what's going on. Send them the link so they can listen here. Or, Joe, send them the call-in number. And I can try to see if we can, hash this out. Maybe let's do like at halftime we can have guys call in. How funny is that?
Live would be great.
Yeah, have Colella call in. Let's get some guys on the line here. That would be hilarious. As a big run there by the Redskins. Was that a screenplay, Joe? It was to Thompson.
Chris Thompson.
We'll check what it was. It was first down, maybe a gain of 11. It was a pitch play out to the left. Good block in there. And he was able to turn it upfield and get a Redskin first down. So there you go there. As now it'll be a 1st and 10. Redskin ball at their own 43. Giants, good penetration there on the handoff to Peterson. He slips away and still gets one. Giants were in the backfield, and Peterson was able to just get away, slip the first guy. And there you go. Aaron Rodgers to Devontae Adams. Touchdown. Knotted up in Green Bay. Well, I should say extra point pending. Right now, Atlanta leads 7-6. Kansas City gets in. Damian Williams for a touchdown up the middle for a gain of 1 yard, gets into the end zone, and Kansas City takes a 6-0 lead there. Play action here for Sanchez as he throws now out complete to Peterson. Good tackle there by Ogletree coming up to stick Peterson hard. Complete gain of around 3. And it'll set up a 3rd down here. Absolutely hilarious. What is going on? Where is Colella? And Joe, I'm afraid because, well, here's the thing is, you know what? I'm technologically not savvy at all. I'm lucky that I can get this whole thing together. Here's Sanchez, 3rd and 6, and now flags come in. Looks like somebody might have jumped on that Redskin offensive line, which would turn a 3rd and 6 into a 3rd and 11 for the G-Man. But I'm not technologically savvy at all where I can put the podcast on hold and call Colella live on the air. I just, no bueno. Not good at this stuff. And
I might be able to get that done.
How about that? How funny would that be?
Should I call him?
Go ahead. Try it. What's the worst that could happen? We leave him an urgent voicemail. 3rd and 11. Sanchez takes the snap, drops back, has time, steps up. Giants converge on him and drop him. It's going to be a sack. Not a huge loss, but who gives a shit? They got him. He is dropped after a loss of maybe 1 or 2, and the Giants will get the ball back. So punt. And hopefully the Giants offense now can put a little bit of a drive together. Haven't got much going at all so far today, but neither of the Skins. Both defenses playing well or both offenses playing bad. The age-old question. This will be a punt from just outside their own 40. The lefty punter gets it off, and it is fielded. Looks like a fair catch at their own 15-yard line by Davis there. And that is where the Giants will start. Eli Manning, Saquon Barkley and crew with 5:39 left in the first.
Jimmy, I'm going to try to give him a call now to add him to this call.
We're on commercial, so let's do it. Why not? Jets get a field goal, a 47-yarder by Myers.
You're now joining the meeting.
How about that? We're joining the meeting, ladies and gentlemen. You're with us.
Let's see if he answers.
Let's see. What's the worst that can happen? He doesn't? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, there's a conundrum in my fantasy football league.
I think we might.
Phone right now. Please leave me a message, and I'll call you back as soon as I can.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Let's leave him a message.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Chris, this is extremely important. I'm actually live on air doing the podcast right now, the live play-by-play. If you're listening or on YouTube, you can find us at Bleedbigblue. If you're not doing nothing, or if you're out and about with the family or running some errands and you wanted to check out the podcast, know what's going on in the Giant game. But no score right now. Punt. Huge conundrum in the fantasy league with who you're playing, Joe Jordan. I need you to call Joe Jordan's stat. Get on the horn with Joe Jordan. Reply to the emails. Do not call my phone. If you're going to call anywhere trying to get in contact with me, call 516-453-9383. That's the call-in number. Go fuck yourself. I love you. There you go, Joe. Hang up on him.
Yep.
Hang up on him.
Removing him from the meeting now.
There you go. Removed from meeting. He's out. So there's what's going on there. Unbelievable.
Hey, listen, you're doing your job. I mean, I think that's from a commissioner's standpoint, with all the listeners out there, that's going above and beyond. Doing a podcast.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what else I can possibly do from my from the way things are now. Is I need to hear from Colella in order to make the best decision possible. So here's Eli. We'll see how this whole thing plays out. We got the next 3 hours. Meanwhile, who knows what Callaway is doing in that game? Eli takes the snap. 1st and 10. He's pressured. He slips it out, and a beautiful catch there by Saquon Barkley, who was covered. The coverage was good. Eli with a good throw, falling back under pressure, got it up, and Saquon went up and got it. Not a huge gain, but gets the Giants a good gain on 1st down, 9, and it'll be a 2nd down and 1. Darnold hurt, Joe, in Buffalo, leaves the game, leg injured. So we'll check that one, see what's going on there. Saquon with a beautiful catch. Nice throw by Eli there. And they marked it a 1st down with the forward progress, and it's a 1st and 10 now. The Giants have the ball at their own 25. Eli in the gun. He takes the snap. He drops back. He throws it long down the left sideline, and it is dives incomplete. Good throw by Eli. Not bad whatsoever. Coleman got a step. Now there's a flag in. We'll see if there's a flag maybe on pass interference or a hold. Looks like the defender tried to hold up Coleman a little bit with his left hand, but Coleman got away, dove forward, had an opportunity to make that catch, and unfortunately, the ball bounces off his hands, and now he's down in pain. We'll check the injury there, and it's definitely going to be a penalty against the Redskins. He had his arm locked up. Coleman still could have made the grab as he dove. Looks like hopefully he got the wind knocked out of him as he came down on his chest, but it could be that elbow as well. We'll check it. You never want to speculate. We'll see what happens. Joe, what do you think?
I think this Coleman little pickup here, I'm not saying that it could be fantastic, but it might be a good thing for the Giants down the road. He has the talent. He might have been just in bad spots, and maybe the Giants can nurture him into being somewhat serviceable. He's got the talent to do it.
He was a 1st-round pick, so it was a penalty. Giants have a 1st down in midfield. Eli play action, throws looking for Shepard, and it's incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
For all those Jordan Reed fantasy people out there, he's been limping into the locker room, looks like.
How about that? So if you had the balls to play Vernon Davis today, now we'll see if he gets an uptick, if Reed is going to be out.
And on the Callaway front, get this. Cleveland, a big throw. One catch for 66 yards for Brandon Perryman.
How about that? As Barkley takes the handoff, runs left, scampers forward, and gets around 6 or 7 there. Nice run to the left side as Giants looking to get Barkley going on this drive, and that's never a bad thing, especially with OBJ out with that quad injury that came out of nowhere. So here we go. 3rd down and 3. Big play for the Giants as this has been their best possession so far. Want to keep it going. There's still 4:16 left here in the 1st quarter. Shotgun as the Giants are in Redskin territory at their 43-yard line. They'll need the 40 for a 1st. Eli shotgun takes it. Now sacked. Drop down. He had some time right away, but held on to the ball, and the Redskins close them up and get the sack for a loss of around 6 or 7, and the Giants will be forced to punt from midfield.
Any update on the Darnold injury, Jim?
All I saw was a leg injury there, Joe. And you know what? I think that as this goes on, this becomes a very tricky situation to manage as a commissioner. The more I think about it. Giants punt it off, and it will be. And now the returner is bumped, but it looks like he was decoying it anyway. And the Giants field it inside the 1 yard line. Hamilton was down there. The Giants got a nice bounce, and Hamilton, number 30, gets down there, fields it inside the 1, and takes the ball out of bounds with him. And the Giant D now in good position. They're going to probably field that. They're going to probably mark that at around the 2, but nevertheless, great job there by the Giants special teams unit. And the Redskins are going to have to go around 99 yards in order to put 6 on the board. And the Giants here will go to commercial. And with that being said, let's take you around the league. In Buffalo, they are approaching midfield on a 3rd and 4, where they're over midfield. They're at the Jet 48-yard line. 2:01 left there. Giants are not at commercial, so we'll hold that. We'll hold going around the league there. But a lot of teams right now in the red zone. Baltimore in the red zone, Carolina in the red zone, New England in the red zone, and Houston. And the Redskins, meanwhile, have a first down at their own 2-yard line. Sanchez under center. Handoff goes to Peterson. He is dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Nice play there by Janoris Jenkins coming up and dropping him behind the line. 2nd and long for the Redskins. And now a flag. We'll check where this happened. Always interesting in this part of the field. If the holding occurs in the end zone, it's a safety. So we'll see what happened. It is a holding penalty against the Redskins. We'll see where it took place. It didn't take place in the end zone. It must have taken place right at the line of scrimmage, which means the Giants decline the penalty and take the down.
All right, Jim, get ready for this one. What do you got? Maybe the next cast I'll record this. It will be on the same link, but this is one for you.
Intercepted by the Giants. Touchdown, Riley. Joe, you were talking. I turned to look at the screen real quick. I turned back, and the Giants had the ball. Sanchez being Sanchez tried to get the ball out to the left. The route was jumped by Riley, and he walks in for a Giant touchdown, pick 6. Giants lead 6-0.
It was actually tipped at the line, too.
How about that? And looks like it was Kareem Martin who might have gotten it. Nice play there by the Giants D, posing for pictures. And the Giants take a 6-0 lead. Riley, Johnny on the spot, walks it in from around 10 yards out. And now Rojas will try to add the extra point. He gets it just inside the upright there. And the Giants take a 7-0 lead. Sanchez being Sanchez. Tries the quick slant off the play action. Ball's deflected by Martin. Intercepted by Riley. Walks in easy. 7-0 Giants. And now we'll go around the league. Buffalo, 14. Jets, 3. Buffalo just scored. Let's see if we can check some of the stats there and see what's going on. Josh Allen, 5 for 9 for 42 yards. He has 5 rushes for 51 yards and a touchdown. McKenzie adds a touchdown there. So that's what's going on in Buffalo, 14-3 Buffalo. And
we have a TD. Hey Jim, we have a TD vulture.
Who vulture?
For all those Miller fans, Alfred Blue just goes in for a touchdown.
How about that? Alfred Blue scoring to give Houston a 6-0 lead. Let's see what else is going on. New England went in. Let's see who might have scored there. It was Brady to Edelman as the Giants get set to kick off here. And they do so. It is fielded at around the 4 by the Redskins. 20, 25, now up the sideline to the 30. Nice return got lost in a group of defenders there and blockers, and then jumped out to the right, got around 10, 15 extra yards, and a nice return out across the 30.
Jimmy, I gotta, just want to jump on really quick. Monitor the, just
Go ahead.
take a peek at the YouTube comments, because there's a bunch of people donating, so just give them a shout out. They have a few questions.
Is it really?
Yeah. So Yardley,
How about that?
Yardley wants to know your opinions on if the Giants should take a defensive player in the first round this year. What's your take?
I think that, as a reverse here, and the Giants are all over it. Morrow, nice play. Redskins tried to get cute, bring a guy in motion and hand it off, and Morrow jumped it. Loss of around 5 or 6. Hey, I think it's way too early in the draft. I think that if the Giants win this game, we have to see where they finish to see what's going on. But I think the Giants need to make quarterback a priority before anything else. You know my feelings on that if you listen to the podcast. And the guy I've been watching is Haskins. I'm falling in love with this kid. And if you heard him last night, he's a Giants fan. And we'll get to that at around halftime. But too early on the draft. A lot of good talent on defense early, though. 2nd and 14. Sanchez. Under pressure, and the Giants converge and get to him. Martin and Vernon. Sanchez had some time to get rid of it. Good coverage by the Giants, and then they just collapse on him. They sandwich him, Martin and Vernon, and that's going to be 3rd and long. Giant defense playing with a lot of confidence right now against a banged-up Redskin unit, really shutting them down right there. McCaffrey scores in Cleveland, and Carolina takes the lead by 6 with the extra point pending. 3rd down and 18 for Sanchez at his own 24. Takes the snap, drops back, quick throw out, and then we'll stop the play, and it's going to be a false start. They blow it dead. It was a false start against the Redskins. Joe, did I just see Tyreek Hill left the game in Kansas City?
I did not see that, but let me check on it.
Check on that, because wow, I thought I saw something with Hill. I could be wrong. It flashed across the bottom of the screen. We'll see. Guys, if you're donating on YouTube, we love you. I have to click over to it. I have to pull it up. It's difficult with the volumes because I have no clue what I'm doing, so bear with me. I need a producer. 3rd and 23 for Sanchez, and he just hands it off to Thompson. Nice run here. Good gain out across the 30. They get around 13 out to the original line of scrimmage, but nonetheless, punt time for the Washington Redskins. So Giant defense off the pick 6 does a nice job there to get the offense the ball back. And Davis, who we've seen a lot today, will wait and field it. Snap and the punt is away. It's going to be fielded at around the 16 by Davis. He's out to the 20, the 25, 30, 35, out to the 39 as he's dragged down there. Good return of around 24 maybe. Good job by Davis on the punt return. Giants with their best field position of the day. How about this? Bolden up the middle for 54 yards for Miami, and they got a chance to take a 14-13 lead. So Miami giving New England some trouble. See what happens there.
I tell you, they struggle down in Miami.
They always do. Play action here. Eli rolls right, has time, now throws, has Shepard, first down. And he tries to cut it back and then just steps out of bounds. Gain of around 14 there. Giants get into Redskin territory. Nice play on first down. You would think maybe there was a run coming there. Giants go play action. Eli comes free on the bootleg and dumps it out to Shepard, who gets a first down and some more. And that's how the first quarter ends. So Giants with a 7-0 lead from the defense, and the offense looking to join the party as we end the first quarter. As we do that, they do it in Buffalo as well. Darnold out with a leg injury. We don't know what happened there, but McNown in the game. Josh Allen off to a hot start. And Buffalo leads 14-3. The Jets are facing a 3rd and 9 at the Buffalo 45 as the first quarter ends there. In Carolina, McCaffrey just scored, and they lead 14-7. It says they have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 40 off a 5-yard penalty from Cleveland. So we'll check what happened there, if maybe Cleveland had a turnover. But right now, Carolina's ball, or maybe Cleveland went with a quick 3 and out after the McCaffrey touchdown. 14-7 Carolina, 14-13 left in the second quarter. In Green Bay, 7-7, Green Bay is going to have to punt as Aaron Rodgers was just sacked. So it's 4th and 21 as the first quarter comes to a close. Green Bay getting ready to punt. Kansas City, with a couple of good runs by Spencer Ware now, has a 1st and 10 at the Baltimore 35, knotted at 7 there. Checking to see if maybe there was an injury to Tyreek Hill. Thought I saw something flash across the screen. We'll see what happens there. We're going to sure we got Joe, our sideline reporter, looking into it.
I didn't see anything about Hill. Sam Darnold is back, but Isaiah Crowell, if anybody actually has him, it looks like he's going to be done for the game.
Well, I played Elijah McGuire, hoping that happened, and with the Jets losing, I played Elijah McGuire in DFS. So how about that?
Hey Jim, how about this? Right, I play with the DFS and all that stuff, and there's a free pick'em game all the time, and I give it to my daughter, my 7-year-old daughter. I give it to her. She picks the teams. So I look through them, and I'm like, she picked Tampa Bay. Let me switch it. Tampa Bay is about to go up 10-0.
How about that?
You see what I'm saying?
You never know, Joe. You never know. And they are about to go up 10-0. Be around a 40-plus yard field goal. We'll see if they get it there. Handoff, Barkley, stutter step, hit at the line, now bounces away. He's got a first down. Nice job, Saquon Barkley. Hit at the line, kept his legs moving, jumped away, got outside, and gets a giant first down on the run. Nice job, Saquon Barkley. Just muscled his way out of a tackle there.
Tyreek Hill update. Are you ready for it?
Go ahead. Go.
He's back in the game.
There we go. But I don't know what happened, but I'm glad he's back in the game. Here we go.
He's back
2nd and 1. Barkley on the sideline. Handoff to Goldman. He muscles his way for a first down. Looked like he might have had a chance to get stopped in the backfield, then spins away, jumps forward, and gets a first down for the Giants to keep the drive going. Saquon still on the sideline. I don't like that one bit. And now he's coming back in after a fresh drink of H2O. We don't want him to get the dehydration. Jets trying to get back into it in the red zone at the Buffalo 16. As Eli breaks the huddle. 1st and 10, 5 on the game clock as the Giants now hustling to get in motion. 2 on the game clock, on the play clock. And it is the Giants are blown dead here. We'll see what happens. They call a timeout. It's a flag. Might be a delay of game. Really inexcusable. Just no reason. It's a false start. But it was a false start because the Giants are rushing around there to get set. It was around 1 on the play clock. And looks like Brown might have jumped. And the Giants go backwards there. And now we'll face a 1st and 15.
So we got a lot of accusations going on, Jimmy.
Hold on. 1st and 15. Handoff to Barkley. And he's still going in a pile, getting pushed forward. And then now they blow it dead. What are they blowing dead? Why are they blowing it dead?
I don't get that. I don't get it.
What the hell are they blowing dead?
I don't know. He wasn't down and moving forward.
What are the accusations? What happened? What am I getting accused of now?
That you are the biggest Pats fan, but he did give you $5, so how about that? Gregory Wilson, how about that, Gregory?
Greg, that's my buddy. That's my buddy. Wilson's in our fantasy league. He's Joe. Let's get an update on Wilson's game if he's listening. Wilson his team is the House of Buckeye, Actually, Wilson, I'm going to ask to come on to the podcast to talk about Haskins because he is a huge Buckeye fan. And I think we can get a pretty cool perspective of what he thinks of Haskins. He's a really smart guy, Wilson, and he doesn't miss a Buckeye game. So I want to get his opinion and have him call in on Mr. Haskins there. But if he's given $5, thanks, Wilson. You won $3,000 in fantasy in DFS at one point this season, you cheap bastard. Like, send in a little more than $5.
House of Buckeye is currently losing 32-22 to 18-38, but still favored to win.
That's why only the $5, probably. I'm hoping that Colella has reached out to someone. Unbelievable. What a clusterfuck. Giants ball 2nd and 9. Did they spot that as a gain of 1? Jesus Christ, that's awful. 2nd and 9 for the Giants at the Redskin 34. Oh. Eli out of the shotgun, takes a snap, throws it down the sideline, looking for Coleman. He's got him. First down inside the 5. Big gain for the Giants on the completion to Coleman. Left the game earlier. Looks like he might have just lost his breath then, but he takes our breath away now with a beautiful gain. Nice throw by Eli. Good timing. Completion down to the 5. He takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Nice catch there by Coleman, and the Giants will get a 1st and goal. And back to the line of scrimmage they go with Barkley in the backfield. Eli gets it to him. Stutter step. Hit at the line. Nothing there. Redskins, good job closing it off. Shutting them down. 2nd and goal. Second and goal for the Giants. You guys could be listening to Chris Myers, Darryl Johnston. Christ. I can see why you're listening to me. Welcome. Here we go. 2nd and goal. 11:38 left as Eli's in the shotgun. From the Redskin 3. Takes the snap. Drops back. Pressured and just goes down. I'm trying not to. That was fucking awful. There's no other way to fucking put it. Eli, instead of throwing the ball out of the back of the fucking end zone at somebody, just intended for somebody here, holds on to it, like spins away like he's Mahomes, and then just falls down and is now going to set the Giants up for a 3rd and goal, probably from their own, what, Joe, is that the 18 or something like that? Oh.
Yeah. Chad Wheeler was beat pretty bad on that one, but he's got to figure something out there.
3rd and goal from their own 17. Eli looking for the end zone and overthrew Shepard. He might have had him put too much air under the ball. Don't know if he thought maybe Shepard was going to go to the back of the end zone. Shepard flattened it out a little bit, and the ball is over his head. It looked like he had him, Joe, right? Look at that. Look at that.
Rojas.
God damn it. Joe, he puts that ball on the line as soon as he makes his break, and that's a touchdown for Shepard. Unbelievable.
Rojas got some guns, doesn't he?
Is he? Is he put together? Look at him.
He's a big dude.
He's a big
throw
kid.
Throw him in at linebacker.
Somewhere. Right? There you go. The Eli sack leads to 3 points and a nice drive.
And we have an MIA. We have somebody's missing in action here.
Colella.
No. More importantly, James White. We don't have a James White sighting at all today.
I didn't get any word that he was hurt or anything like that, right? I mean,
goose egg
why
right
the
now,
hell
Jim.
would it?
Goose egg.
And Devlin has a touchdown there. Meanwhile, the Patriots scored again. They're up 20-14. Let's go and see what happened there. Tom Brady, 12 of 14, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns. He got the touchdown to Edelman, and then this one looks like it went to Cordell Patterson. Don't know how long it was, but nonetheless, there you go. Tom Brady to Patterson puts him up 20-14. Jets got a field goal to cut the Buffalo lead to 8. Touchdown from the Browns, and it's Landry, 51 yards. Is that from Baker Mayfield to Jarvis Landry? And that game's going to be tied up at 14. I told you I had a feeling that one was going to be a shootout, Joe. 14-14
Yes,
looks like it's going to be, with still 8.5 left. Mayfield to Landry there. Green Bay and Atlanta, both teams scored early. Now they've stalled a little bit. Green Bay trying to get things moving again. They're 1st and 10 at the Atlanta 37. Rodgers just completed to Devontae Adams, which means Greg Wilson is probably pretty happy, as he has both of them in our money league. Baltimore has the ball. They're going in. 2nd and 10 from the Kansas City 11. 8:51 left there, 7-7. New England, we told you what's going on there. New Orleans, still with a goose egg. Breeze just threw an incompletion. It's 4th and 3 there at the Tampa Bay 12-yard line. 7:14 left. We'll see what Sean Payton elects to do on a 4th and 3 deep in Tampa Bay territory, losing 7-0. Houston 7-0 lead, and they do not have the ball. They lead by 7. Indy has the ball. 12:40 left in the second, and it is 2nd and 3 for the Colts at their own 41-yard line there. So that's what's going on throughout the league. And the Giants are back with a 10-0 lead. And Rojas kicks it off. And it'll be fielded in the middle of the end zone. And a knee is taken. And the Redskins will start from their own 25. Giant defense has played very, very well today. I know they're going against a banged-up defensive line and Mark Sanchez, but you still got to show up and play. And so far, they've done that. Sanchez under center here at his own 25-yard line. Takes the snap, hands off to Peterson, who goes straight into the line and gets around 4, turning forward. And it'll set up around a 2nd down and 6. If you guys are on the YouTube and you are donating, again, I am technologically illiterate, so I do not know how to view that without like having feedback or looking at that with the volume and hearing myself. So I'm trying to stay away from it. Hopefully we can get an update on who's contributed. Maybe at halftime I'll see if we can get something going. But thank you guys for that. Really appreciate it. Glad you're listening. Glad you're enjoying it. Happy holidays. There you go. 2nd and 6. Peterson. Drop in the backfield. Nice job by the Giant D getting good penetration. And that's going to be a 3rd and long for Sanchez and the Redskins. Redskins on the outside of the playoff hunt looking in. They need this game desperately. They are 6 and 6. Right now, the Rams, Saints, Bears, and Cowboys lead the respective divisions, with the Seahawks and Vikings playing each other, but or in the wild card spots. But they play each other tonight, or today. So if the Redskins can get a win, that would be huge for them in the playoff picture. But right now, they trail 10-0. Giants mathematically still in it, but it's a long shot. Batted down at the line there on a 3rd and 7 by Ogletree. Sanchez dancing around the pocket. Had some time, tried to get a completion there, and Ogletree just knocked it out of the air. Good job by Ogletree, just containing, watching Sanchez, and then just getting his hand out to make the play. The Saints elected to just go for 3, and they trail now 7-3. Dolphins right back into the red zone as they try to get some more points there, as the Giants, as the Redskins punt it away, and it'll be Giant ball down at their own 18-yard line with 8:54 left in the second. So Giants up 10, getting it back, coming off their best drive of the day, where they had to settle for 3, and we'll see what happens on the flip side. Packers had a field goal.
Drew Brees is killing me. Killing me, Jim.
He's killing me too. I'm starting him in my money league, and yeah, he's killing me too. I'm sorry, in the Bleedbigblue league, I'm starting him, and he's killing me.
He's got to turn
Absolutely
it
kill
over
him.
sooner or later, right?
You know, my fingers are crossed, Joe. He's got 97 yards, so there's still 7 minutes there. He gets the ball back. If he gets a touchdown drive and maybe they make a play or something, it is Tampa Bay. Right now, if you're looking at that game, it is 2nd down and 8. Tampa Bay has the ball at their own 25. Luck throws a pick, Houston ball. Mason Crosby hits from 50, 3-point lead there. Carolina has the ball at their own 18, 1st and 10 there. Buffalo going in again, just moving the ball at will against the Jets. Josh Allen playing pretty well there. Touchdown Dolphins. Check what happened there. Bolden, 6-yard rush. How about that? I bet you nobody has Bolden going.
No.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Can we find out what the hell's going on with James White today, please?
Oh, you would think he would have to be involved soon. Winston throws an incompletion, 3rd and 8 there with 6 and change left, Joe. We're waiting on Breeze to get going here. And that's your look around the league as the Giant game comes on back. Looks like a shitty day in Washington. Some guy dressed like a bunny. Oh, what the hell's going on there? It's Christmas. He's like a fucking pink bunny. Are you kidding me? Here we go. Eli under center. Hands off. Big hole, 25-30. 35-40. He's off to the 50. 1 man to beat. He's gone. Forget about it. He is off to the races. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown. New York Giants.
The kid is good, man.
75 yards. Saquon. To the house, Joe. To the house.
Hey, listen.
Untouched.
Look, great blocking there. I mean, it was a big hole, so he didn't have to do much. But
woo,
we haven't had a guy that has the vision like this and the cutting skills and the speed in a long time. It's great to have. He's got great talent, man.
Untouched. Took the handoff. Just a little jump cut back to the left to a hole that was wide open, and then there was nobody there. He just outran everybody else, and Saquon Barkley gets the Giants up 17 with a huge run. Beautifully done. Nice job. Go ahead, Saquon. Have yourself a day. 99 rushing yards for Saquon Barkley. Wilson doesn't like that as he's playing against Saquon.
No. Wilson doesn't like that one.
No, that one hurt you.
I tell you, looking around the league, Jim, you're looking at Andrew Luck, in our league, fantasy league. Andrew Luck, 2.48 points. You got Jameis Winston right now, 12.90. You're looking at Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes, 4.44.
What's Breeze got? 3.8 or something like that?
You're looking at, right now in our league, Jameis Winston is leading all quarterbacks right now in fantasy points.
How about that?
This goes to show you how fickle fantasy is.
It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts, and that's why you say anything can happen. You just play to get into the playoffs, and then you just line up your best guys and let it ride, because you have no friggin' clue how any of these games are going to go or what the hell is going to happen. It's unbelievable. I mean, every week you sit here and you scratch your head. I mean, you're looking at in Miami right now, and they lead New England 21-20. And if you said who's going to have the game there, Gore or Drake, right now it's Bolden that has the 2 touchdowns for Miami. Devlin has another touchdown for New England. So how the hell can you predict some of these things that go on? It's insane. Hauschka gets a field goal for Buffalo. If you got him, he's off to a nice start. And Buffalo leads 17-6. Touchdown Packers. What goes on there? Looks like an interception, and Matt Ryan picked. And Green Bay is going to go up 16-7.
Barkley just became the first Giants running back to get 1,000 yards in a season since Ahmad Bradshaw.
Ahmad Bradshaw. Hey, he's had a great year.
Sure.
He's had a great year. Can't deny that. He's been everything that – he's been more than he was cracked up to be. I didn't know that he could run at the NFL level with yards after contact. That was my question. Can he consistently take the ball at the NFL level and run between the tackles? And he has shown all season long that he has the ability, when fed, to produce big-time numbers. So I know I was one for not going running back at 2 whatsoever. I still would not go running back at 2. But it was never a knock on the player that he was. It was more of a value thing. You know that. But he's been well worth it so far. He's been unbelievable. Great year for the rookie.
Yeah.
And Sanchez, play action, gets it out to the left on a little screen, and a nice gain on first down as the Redskins offense tries to do something here, and they get around 8 on first down there.
Yeah, that
Baltimore giving Kansas City fits. Mahomes just sacked. 3rd and 19 there. Wow. And here is Sanchez on a 2nd and 8. Hands off to Peterson running left. Met in the backfield and dropped. Good penetration by Ogletree there. Holding up Peterson. He had tried to spin back to the inside. And there were a couple other Giants waiting for him. And they dropped Peterson down, loss of around 2. And now there's a flag, and it's against the Redskins. We'll see what the Giants decide to do here. They will repeat 2nd down, holding penalty against the Redskins. Carolina gets a field goal. And here is Sanchez on a 2nd and 12. Takes the snap, now pumps back across the middle, and it is intercepted again by the Giants off the deflection. It's Ogletree to the 20, to the 15, stays on his feet. Now at the 10, and finally dragged down inside the 10 at the 9. Great job by the Giant defense. The ball was deflected again. Ogletree, Johnny on the spot. Picks it up. Now the Giants jumping for joy as a team in the end zone as they celebrate the pick. And the Giants will have a 1st and goal as they try to step on the throats of the Washington Redskins right here.
Yeah. How nervous is Wilson right now?
Oh.
Another Barkley touchdown would put him in a big hole. Touchdown, Travis
Kelsey. How about that? Couple of touchdowns around the league now as Barkley churns forward. They look like they marked it at around the 10, Joe, but Barkley gets to around the 5, so it'll be 2nd down and goal. Around the league, Cannon for the Jets gets in on a 4-yard score. Jets back in it. Will try to kick the extra point and make it 17-13. Carolina got the field goal. Mahomes to Kelsey. Kansas City takes the lead. Marlon Mack to the right for 4 yards, a touchdown, knocks that game up. Giants 2nd and goal. Pitch to Barkley to the left. Get some blocks inside the 5, and it was Goldman. I'm sorry, not Barkley. And what the fuck is Goldman doing in the game? I mean, just get the kid at the game, for Christ's sakes. He shouldn't be tired. But pitch to Goldman gets the Giants inside the 5 to around the 3. Ogletree, since 2013, his 11th interception. That's the second most by a linebacker. Kuechly is first with 14. So there you go there. Tip of the cap. Out of the shotgun on 3rd and goal from around the 3. Looks like that's still Gallman, and I don't know why. Eli takes the snap, pumps, now throws wide open. Shepard, touchdown. Eli with a little pump to the inside, and then Shepard broke out, wide open, no skins around him. And on a 3rd down, Eli hits Shepard for an easy touchdown. That's got to make Honeyman happy. And the Giants extend their lead 23-0, extra point pending. Giants rolling. Eli.
Hey, Jimbo.
To Shep.
Did you
Gronkowski
play
from
Gronk?
Brady. Touchdown.
Did you play Gronk?
Right? No, I did not. Touchdown.
Touchdown. Yeah, touchdown, Gronk.
I got him in fantasy, in DFS, but I didn't play him in this league, no. I went with the running backs, the big running backs. I went with Jackson, and then I played Samuels at the tight end spot, taking a risk. So we'll see what happens there. Breeze trying to gets the ball back here, 2nd and 1. We'll see what happens there. On the Giants' extra point, there's a flag, personal foul against the Skins. Brady, 212 yards, 3 touchdowns in the first half. Edelman, 7 for 70. Wow. Potentially huge games there. Matt Ryan to Julio Jones gets Atlanta in the red zone coming off the pick 6. What's Julio doing for you, Joe? I know you got him in our league with all those bonuses. Was that a big play that looked like it happened in a hurry? I wasn't paying attention.
Got me the bonus, yeah.
There you go. How about that?
Actually, it looks like something happened because I just got the points taken off.
Uh-oh. Yep. I just saw it. They took it off. Yikes. Well, what are you going to do? I want to check my DFS lineups. Let me see here. See if I'm rich, Joe.
Go for it.
I'm going to see if I'm rich. Currently winning $2. Nope, not rich. So there you go on that. Awesome.
I don't know what happened with I think it was a holding penalty in the Falcon game. Put me in the bonus.
And now it's right off the board. That sucks. Well, the Giants kicked off, and it looks like it'll be a touchback. God love you if you're listening to Chris Myers and Darryl Johnston. That's a nice suit Darryl's wearing. See that suit, Joe?
It's fancy.
Let's see. Well, we got somebody trying to. We have somebody else trying to call in. I got nobody right now, Marco, on hold trying to call in. Greg, if you're listening and you're trying to call in, I heard somebody say 516-453-9383 is the number. If you're calling in. Oh, he wants to arrange a time for him to call in to talk Haskins. We can do that. Wilson, we go live on Wednesday nights at 10. I know you're up at that time, Tarski and all, so you'll be fine. 2nd down and 12 here for Sanchez at his own 23-yard line. We missed first down, so be it. Steps up, he throws complete. Tough hit right there by the Giants. Completion to looks like Dotson, and he was lit up like a Christmas tree. Happy holidays. And 2nd down and 12. Sanchez on the day, 4 for 11, 24 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, which have led to 2 touchdowns for the New York Football Giants. So
we're still missing James White. Somehow he's MIA.
Little shovel play out to Thompson. Giants stuff him. Nothing going. Haley came up in a good solid tackle Redskins trying to get cute again with a little toss out to the right, and the Giants are all over it. Nothing happening there. They're showing the pick 6 on the pass intended for Hooper in Green Bay right now. Green Bay leads that game 17-7. Another punt here for the Redskins. Redskins punter is Tress Way. He's been busy. He gets it off, and it'll be fielded, and that'll be is that going to be a flag? Did he call for a fair catch? Oh, no, he didn't call for a fair catch, and the coverage was really good. Hit pretty hard. He held on to it, though, and the Giants will now take over. 4:20 left, exactly, 4:20. Smoke if you got him. Here in the second quarter. Most touchdown passes in NFL history. Marino 420, Rivers 370, Eli Manning. Was that 7th, Joe? He was on the list?
3rd. Right?
3rd. We'll have to check it. I thought it jumped from 6 to 7. I didn't see Favre on the list. I thought it was showing who's first.
It might have been, yeah.
Yeah, I think it showed who was first, and then it was Phillips who was 6th, and then I think that Eli was 7th overall.
7th.
So
7th and Roethlisberger right there too. Yeah.
There you go.
Ooh, nice run. So
Giants
Jim, I'm on my left
20. Play action, throws it out to the fullback Penny. Out to the 30, to the 35. Nice gain of around 20 yards there for the Giants. Little play action. Eli came around, gets it out to the fullback, and there was nobody there to tackle him. The Redskins look like they've completely given up, Joe. Just pound this team right now, right?
Absolutely.
They look like they don't want to hit. They look like they don't want to be hit. They look like they've completely lost interest in this game as the Giants look to just throttle them here.
And you know what?
Good team effort here by the Giants overall. 1st and 10 at their own 36. Into the shotgun. Handoff here. Barkley, nice run. Gain of around 7 on the first down play.
Put the pedal down, man. Don't ease up at all.
Right?
Oh, oh boy, poor
Joe
Wilson.
Breeze was picked.
Poor Wilson.
How about that?
Jimmy, wait until you see this, buddy.
Here we go. From their own 42. Handoff to the left. And another big run to the 50. He stutter steps and leaves a man in his wake. He's to the 30 to the 25. Now trying to stiff arm a man. He gets away to the 20 to the 15. Throws a man out of bounds, and he's to the 5. A manly run by Saquon Barkley. Beasting his way down, leading to a 1st and goal for the Giants. Joe, take us through it. Look at it. Beautiful. Out to the left.
You just talked about how they gave up. I mean, honest and truthfully, it was a great run, but did you see what he did to Josh Norman and just put his hand and just threw him to the ground?
Yeah.
And then the other corner he did the same. He basically threw him away. They don't want to deal anymore.
2-minute warning, and the Giants looking to blow out the Redskins in Washington. Stick around. We're at the 2-minute warning. Barkley, after that run, 159 yards on the ground. 166 total if you add the 2 catches he has. How about that for a first half, Joe?
Unbelievable. How about this for a first half, too? For the listeners out there, where's Waldo? How about where's James White today? Who can find James White? Please chime in. That would be great because I would like to know.
He's MIA. He's with Colella.
He might be hanging out with Colella.
Wouldn't it be funny if Colella's waiting to see how Callaway does to answer? That would be genius. Right, 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. He doesn't have any points. Like, oh yeah, I'm okay with him putting Callaway in.
Exactly.
Pretty funny.
Receiving, he has done nothing. So Callaway has.
Joe, I traded him. I gave him to you for how good that third-round pick looking right now.
I don't like you right now.
Well, I'm sorry, buddy.
It's all right. It's okay. There are times when I don't have to like you.
Nice.
Like now, when you friggin' trade. Hey, at the time it was a good pick. I needed the running back.
Who the hell could? I mean, if you would have told me that New England has 27 first-half points and James White hasn't touched the ball, I'd tell you were insane. I mean, who could predict something like that?
James White.
And they have the ball with a minute 51 left, and they put 27 points up.
He has one target.
Well, that was just intended for him. They just threw him an incompletion, so he's alive.
Two targets.
Woohoo! He's alive, Joe.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's a good sign. He's alive.
Andrew Luck to Eric Ebron. Touchdown. Indy takes the lead. They lead 13-7 with the extra point pending in Houston. 2:57 left in the second quarter there. Now, Giants first and goal from their own 6 after the run by Barkley. Play action. Eli rolls right, and he's now going to loft it out of the end zone incomplete. Nothing there. Looks like he had Coleman and maybe Ellison in the back of that end zone, but there was nothing there. And here it is, Joe, what you were talking about. Him just put down Norman. Well, that was Shepard, too, who got into him. Just a great job right now. Shepard playing well. Jameis Winston to Humphreys. They're in the red zone. Here we go. Eli, hand off. Well, play action. Rolls right, now slings it and got him. Touchdown. Is that Fowler? It's a touchdown regardless. Couldn't tell what it is, who it was. It was Fowler.
Fowler.
Play action for the Giants. Eli comes around, throws a dart. And Fowler makes a nice catch in traffic. Giants add on to their lead. Have a beer, Giants fans. Smoke yourself one. Have a who are these fucking guys? 31-0 Giants.
Who's not there today?
Oh, Joe.
Listen, as talented as
all
he
the
is,
contributors, all the people
here?
who gave us money are going to take it away if you start talking about OBJ, Joe.
OBJ, I listen. The guy's talented, but I
Joe,
feel
is it that, or is it the fact that the Redskins are just like throwing in the white towel? Like, hey, we got nothing left. We know these guys are third, fourth, and fifth stringers. Like, we can see that, the talent level, what it is, blah blah. It's just they're just not competing.
I think it's a combination of both, but you know what it is too? I think having Odell. I'm not saying to get rid of him or whatever. I'm just saying having Odell in that lineup in the receiver puts a lot of pressure on no matter what quarterback is there. Because he needs and he has to have the ball. And if he doesn't, he complains. So that's, they're playing free right now, and it looks like it. They're opening up the offense. They're playing free.
You got the Shockey effect.
Exactly. Love Shockey too.
You know my feelings. I would take 2 first-round picks and make my team better as opposed to have the wide receiver, especially now seeing what you have in Saquon Barkley. I think you make that kid the face of the team, and you just move forward. But I don't know. But I'm going to get lambasted by Giant fans for saying that. But hey, that's my feeling. So whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, we can look at it a lot of ways, man. I mean,
you look at it a lot of ways. Gettleman ain't going to do it anyway. Here we go. Giant D on the field, and what is a blowout? Sanchez has the ball at his own 25 out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Now throws complete to Thompson, and he's hit at around the 30, just across the 30. You gain around 5.5 there. as the Redskins now go in hurry up, and they'll probably be in hurry up for the rest of the game. Minute 30 and counting left here in the first half. Ball at the Giant 31 is where they mark it. Sanchez takes the snap, slides to his left, pressured, and dropped. Vernon there, Carter coming too, and the Giants defense makes another play, gets the sack, setting up a 3rd and long. You would hope the Giants here, take a timeout. Touchdown, Winston the Great, Joe. That's 2.
That's 2, but Winston looks like he got banged up on that one.
Uh-oh. Doors are opening, Joe. Doors are opening.
Is it? Fitz magic time again.
Fitz magic. How about that? Jameis Winston to Cameron Brate. 26 seconds there. Drew Brees has thrown for 101 yards and an interception in Tampa.
All I'm going to say is,
who are these guys today?
Killing me.
Here we go. 3rd and 13. Sanchez takes the snap, drops back, now throws down the middle of the field, and it is not a bad throw, but incomplete. Was looking for Crowder up the seam. The coverage was good. Looks like he might have had a chance to bring it in. Let's take a closer look here on the replay. And, yeah, he had a shot. The ball off his fingertips, but good coverage there by the safety. Might have been Riley and Ogletree underneath. Would have been a tough catch for Crowder. Nonetheless, incomplete. And the Redskins will have to punt. 4th and 13. Eli will get the ball back with around a minute left or so. We'll see what happens here. And the punt is going to be fielded at around the 28, out across the 30 to the 35. Now jumps back inside to the 40 and dropped at the 41. Nice return by Davis. And that's where Eli will start with 2 timeouts and 56 seconds left. Up 31-0. Quick scoring updates. Kansas City adds a field goal. They lead 17-10. And that game is at halftime. New Orleans has the ball back. They probably take a knee with 26 seconds left there. Indy leads 14-7. Watson was just sacked there. 2-minute warning there. And here's Eli from his own 42. Out of the shotgun, takes the snap, handoff, and it is to Gallman, and he stopped at the line. Now, I don't get that. Now the clock will tick inside of 50 seconds. I don't know why you would do that. You're up 31-0. I mean, you're 4-8. Like, now you're just wasting time. Like, just their offense hasn't done a goddamn thing. Like, throw the goddamn ball. Here's Eli, 2nd down. Now out to the left, complete to Coleman, who decides to turn it inside instead of outside and get out of bounds. Gets around 6, 7, 8 more yards. And the Giants will take a timeout with 23 seconds left. We'll see where they'll mark it after the completion. So the Giants run it. Don't take a timeout. Let the clock tick. And waste around 20 seconds in the process. Then the completion, he turns it inside instead of out to save the timeout. And now the Giants, Saquon on the sideline with his helmet off. Eli from his own 44 on a 1st and 10 out of the gun. Has the ball, drops back, now throws right to Evan Ingram. It'll be a 1st down. Now he turns it up to the 25, 20, 15, 10, and he dives. He's out of bounds. Let's see if they will stop the clock. They do. He's inside the 10, Joe, if you're still with me here. On a beautiful completion, Evan Ingram. Nice job by the Giants. And Ingram, instead of going out of bounds, turned this one up. Got a nice little block by Shepard on Norman again, who looks like he's completely given up. And the Giants will have a 1st and goal, still with a timeout, and this one will be at the 5, is where they'll mark it. 1st and goal, 13 seconds left. Eli looks left, now back to the middle, pumps and throws, incomplete. 4 seconds came off the clock there. 9 seconds left on a 2nd and goal for the G-Men.
Oh, nice.
Here we go. Manning out of the gun from the Redskins 5. Play clock inside of 10. Eli trips left. Now looks, throws left, and it is almost intercepted. Nice play by Shepard. Play some defense there. It's a bad throw on the out by Manning. I don't know what the hell he's thinking there, Joe. Just throw the fucking ball out of bounds.
Just throw it over his head.
Instead, he tries to get it in. The defender had inside leverage. Turns there. Could have very easily been picked off. Instead, Sterling makes a nice play defensively. And on 3rd down with now 4 seconds left, it'll be Rojas to come in and try to get the Giants an extra 3 points. Snap, spot, kick, good. Giants dominate here in the first half in Washington against a team that looks like they have just said no mas and have given up. Giants, 34 first half points. When the fuck was the last time we said that? 34-0 Giants as we go to half. Grab something to eat, Giant fans. Get yourself some snacks, some goodies. We'll be back to give you the second half and a rundown after the rundown around the league.
And now, Jim, I'm not saying, right, that we're better off without Odell, okay? But what I'm trying to put into everybody's heads is let's put a question out there and see what's going on, right? Would you take those 2 first-round picks if you can get them? And what if you can turn one of those first-round picks into a stud offensive lineman, along with drafting a quarterback next year,
or a pass rusher? Well, Joe, you got to remember, Joe. That give me a second here. Wait, take a quick time out. Give me a second. And we're back. I had to get something to drink, man. I'm parched. All this talking.
I'm about to do the same thing, so I'm going to put you on mute. But go ahead with your thoughts.
Go ahead. I just, the whole Beckham thing. I mean, I've always been the one to say that, and I'm going to try something here because I want to see. Joe, can you still hear me?
I got you.
Good. I'm trying to go to YouTube and see some of the comments, so we can try to include some of the what the people are saying. Let me see here. I don't know how the hell to do it. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. Looks like people are enjoying the broadcast, Jeff, which is always fun. Listen, the whole Beckham thing, I've always said that Beckham, the only one that can stop Odell Beckham Jr., in my opinion, from a talent standpoint, was Odell Beckham Jr. I always said that the talent was undeniable, but, with some of the stuff you have to deal with, like what the hell happened this week? Like what, where did this come from? And then why, the things that bother me is like, if you're not going to play and you're not going to travel with the team, like I really don't want to see you. Like I don't want to see you on Instagram or go on to read about the Giants on Bleacher Report and have to friggin' see you worried about your haircut, when we're trying to win a goddamn game tomorrow. And it just always seems like it's something And
that's another question I was going to ask you. Where what all of a sudden happened during the week? He had this quad injury, okay, and then Shermer's like, yeah, he's playing, no problem. Then we hear Friday he's not playing, and he's not even traveling. He has a quad injury.
I don't. And it was a bruise. I could have. The only injury that I really heard that I was concerned about during the week, which is funny, was the Sterling Shepard rib injury.
Of course.
So I don't
understand it. There's more to it. There's definitely more to it, and that's and there's no doubt in my mind, because you know what? If you're hurt, and he's been there before, he's traveled with the team. Why can't he travel? Because he has a bruised quad.
That was that was my question.
I personally think he hurt his quad on the onside kick play last week. That's what I think.
I know that did not happen.
I'm just saying.
I know.
But seriously,
I don't like the drama. I'm not a guy that really is big on drama, and it seems like there's more drama than not.
And I guarantee there is definitely a shocky effect with him. No matter how us as being on the outside, we don't hear it as much, but there's no doubt there's a shocky type of influence there, because I think I don't care what quarterback. There's times where Eli forces the ball to him. Especially that one play, I think it was against the Eagles, where he went and he forced the ball down into double coverage, where he had Saquon in the flat. And it's like, are you thinking that, okay, I only have an X number of catches, and you better get me the goddamn ball, I'm going to be open, and Eli's forced to throw it. And what do you think is going to happen with a rookie quarterback?
That's the question, Joe. If you're gonna.
But he's one of the best wide receivers in the game. There's no doubt about that. There is. He's got the talent. But the question I would love to hear from people is, do you want to have this guy on your team for the next X number of years, or would you, if you were offered 2 first-round picks, would you go for it? If you can get a pass rusher and an offensive lineman for that, it's intriguing. It's a conversation to have.
I'm not saying what the right decision, what the right decision is, but it's interesting to talk about, right? I mean, because the return that you would get back, you're going to get a lot of value. And if you could turn that value into 2 or 3 solid players that keep their mouth shut, are you better off that way? Sometimes in football, and I honestly believe this, that there's a thing called addition by subtraction. And I think it happens in basketball. I'm sorry, in baseball. I think it happens in football a lot more than it happens in those other sports, basketball and baseball. I think that you can get rid of a mouthpiece like that or a superstar like that, and sometimes you end up getting better. And as a whole, if you hit on the picks or the trade or that you make, if you getting some value back, it's tough to argue against it. And I know there's going to be some people that are just in love with the one-handed catches and all stuff like that, but I'm not one of them. I tell you, I'm not one of them. I don't care for that stuff. Like I'm about winning games. What's going to help us win games?
Exactly. And look, like I said, I got the picture of Odell downstairs in my basement with the catch in Dallas, the one-handed catch. I mean, the guy has the talent, and I think he's one of the best, if not the best, in the league. Then again, it's just, look, I'm not an expert, but it's a conversation to have. Like, you cannot say that there's no doubt. You can't come to me and say the Giants are better off with Odell, even if they get first-round pick. Because then I'm going to battle you back, and I'm going to say, okay, well, where's your other side to this? What if they do get 2 first-round picks for him? Okay, we are in need of a new quarterback, right? We need the futures going forward. is Odell going to be happy with a rookie quarterback playing? You know, these things.
And that's
all
not. I mean, even and I mean, unless you're of the mindset that Eli can play for multiple years, I am not. Then there's really no reason to not to entertain it, because even if if Eli's not coming back next year, and even if you did bring him back, he's not the year after that. Are we bringing him back the year after that too, Joe? I don't know, right? So
right.
So sooner or later, you're going to have this problem to deal with. It's a shame that we have to think of it like that, but right now, I mean, unfortunately, that's the way that we have to look at it.
Yeah. And it's a conversation, and it's the way it goes. And you're right. Is Eli coming back next year? Maybe, maybe not. Is he going to play for another 2 years? I mean, and if that's the way the organization is going, not saying it's right or wrong, right? But don't you think is Odell gonna be a benefit to Eli, or is more of a solid offensive line gonna be a benefit with the running game? I mean, we don't know what Gettleman's thinking.
No.
That's the thing.
We don't know what he's thinking at all. And even looking back at some of the things that I saw last year, I don't know what he was thinking in certain situations there as well. So I mean, it is what it is. There's going to be a lot to look at this offseason. And here's the thing that is concerning me more than anything. I don't see a ton of quarterbacks like I did last year. I don't see 4 or 5 different options at quarterback in the draft.
Right.
And
right.
I don't know how many years you risk if you keep punting to the next year, because there's 31 other teams in the league, and for you to think that you can just say, okay, we'll get our guy when we want to, is not a very smart way to go about doing your business, right? So my thing is if you're evaluating this year's class, so far I see 2 guys, and I see Herbert and I see Haskins, and the concern with the Giants lucking out, to be honest, and playing Nick Mullins and a really bad Bucs team that they got handed a bunch of points from Fitzpatrick, and then winning last week against Chase Daniel, and now having Mark Sanchez handed to them on a silver platter. I don't really know that these wins are in the best interest long term, because if you are in a position where you want one of these quarterbacks, well, guess what? You may have to. You're losing value with every win. And if you got to trade up to go get one of these guys, now I think that you're sacrificing how long it's going to take to rebuild the depth that's needed to on this roster. So it's going to be interesting to see which way Gettleman goes and what's more important to him: the quarterback, the depth, or one of the guys that's available within his grasp when he's picking. How high do people see Haskins going up the draft board? It's going to be an interesting offseason.
It definitely is, and the thing is, to allude on what you were saying, okay, let's not fall into the illusion of these wins, right? Because when it mattered, and it mattered in the Philadelphia game, right? They lost. So let's not fall into the illusion that this team is, just because we're winning now. When it mattered, they lost. So that's what we have to worry about. I mean, because we're not tanking. Nobody wants to tank. NFL players, it's very hard to tank in the NFL. These guys are not going to want to sit unless you bench people, right? But don't fall into the illusion because you're playing Mark Sanchez and you're playing, Nick Mullins, like you said, and the Tampa Bay team, And then when it mattered, when that one win mattered, you faltered. So that's the thing. Still no James White sighting. One catch, Jim.
One catch. Well, at least you got the one catch.
One fucking
As the welcome back if you're joining us for the second half.
Oh my God, Drew Brees just fumbled.
Yep, he did fumble, and it leads to Peyton Barber in the red zone there. As the Giants will get the ball to start this third quarter. Yeah, Joe, it is 2nd and 5. New Orleans. Tampa Bay has the ball to New Orleans 15. So there you go.
Question for you now, Jim. As much as I know that we love Saquon Barkley, how much do you now play him with a 34-0 lead?
Well, considering that I have him in the Bleedbigblue Fantasy League for the whole fucking game. Handoff to the left, and Barkley is dropped. Pretty big game there. Pretty big loss there of around 6 or 7.
From a Giant fan perspective, how much do you want him playing in the
all right. From a Giant fan perspective, third quarter.
I'd play him. I'd use Gallman a little more. That's all.
Third quarter, maybe a possession into the fourth, and then shuffle them off the Buffalo, so to speak. Let them rest for next week. Out of the shotgun, 2nd and 16. Giants at their own 19-yard line after the loss to Barkley. Manning out of the shotgun, takes the snap, throws incomplete. Had nothing. Didn't look like he was sure where he wanted to go with the ball, and then puts it at Shepard's feet. And the Giants come out. 6-yard loss on the first carry, incompletion on 2nd down, 3rd down, and 16. Upcoming. I don't know if Carolina faked the punt. Something happened. There was a weird completion to Samuels, and they're now going in. So 3rd and 16 for Eli. Takes the snap at his own 19. Drops back, has plenty of time. Now throws it out to Barkley, and he is out to around the 25-yard line and dropped there. Back to the original line of scrimmage is where the Giants will have to punt it away. Giants go 3 and out on their first drive to start the second half.
Drew Brees has a whopping .10 fantasy day so far.
I know.
You see, here's the thing with me, Jim. All 3 leagues, playoffs, money's on the line.
Wow.
All 3. So, and as of right now, even with the score, it's still like a tie game. This is what I was telling you. This is the guy who had Corey Davis, Fournette, and Jacksonville D already playing.
And Brees is letting him off the hook pretty much.
Brees is letting him off the hook, and he's got Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, and Juju.
Wow. Yikes. Against Oakland.
Yeah.
Santos misses the field goal in Tampa, so Brees gets the ball back at his own 30-yard line, 12 and a half in the third. Tons of time left there for him to redeem himself. He has 105 yards. They're down 14-3. He could put up a couple of drives and get you 302 scores still in this game, but he needs to start moving. He needs to start moving.
Let's hope so.
Right now, no bueno. Is there raining or something in Tampa Bay? Like, what's going on that he can't move the ball against this?
The weather was kind of crappy. It was raining pretty much up until 1 o'clock. They said it was supposed to clear up, but I
wish I knew that.
Spencer Ware, I think, got hurt.
Uh-oh. Thanks, Joe, because I got him in my lineup. He got me 10 first-half points, but that would be no bueno if he got hurt now here in the third. We'll take you around the league. Buffalo leads by 4. They're just getting ready to start the second half there. 17-13 Bills. 17 up. 17 all in Cleveland. Carolina and Cleveland knotted at 17. 4th and 18 for Carolina. They're going to be punting 13.5 left there in the third. Green Bay up 20-7. Second and 9 for them as they're going in at the Atlanta 29, trying to add on to that lead. We just said in Kansas City, where may be banged up, Kansas City has the ball at their own 41 on a 3rd and 8, 11-11. Make a wish in Kansas City. They lead Baltimore by 7. Miami down by 6 will get the ball to start the third quarter. They're just underway there in the second half. We've spoke about Breeze and Houston trails Indy 17-7. Their winning streak on the line at home against Andrew Luck. That game is still at halftime there. So there you go. Quick little glance around the league. Of course, the Giants are up huge right now, 34-0. They had a punt coming out of halftime. Loss to Barkley, who is playing amazing today. 153 yards on the ground, 14 through the air, 167 overall. Couple of long runs, has a touchdown. So Barkley playing great. And the Giants lead 34-0 as Butt Fumble comes back onto the field. A lot of empty seats in Washington on what looks like a shitty day in the nation's capital. People going home early. At their own 25, Sanchez under pressure, and he goes down. Morrow with good pressure, and the Giants get a sack on first down there. Nice job by this Giant defense all day long.
Speaking of Giant defense, what's their fantasy points this week right now?
Great question. They are
I was intrigued on taking them.
6. I got 30. They probably got 30+ points, I would imagine.
Easy, right?
And in the Bleedbigblue League, where there's nothing but Giant fans, the Giant defense was on the waiver wire today. They're at 6. Sanchez, complete out to the 25-26. Completion to Vernon Davis will set up a third down for Sanchez and the Redskins. "17 players on injured reserve for this Redskin team, most in the NFL. And their patchwork roster trails by 34 at home, and Mark Sanchez faces a 3rd and 9 from his own 26. He needs the 35 out of the gun, changing the play, barking it out, takes the snap, looking left and smashed by the Giants D and sacked. Another sack. That's Carter, the rookie. Getting to him for what is the second time today. And that'll lead to another punt for the Redskins, who, as the Italians say, have done ugat so far today.
And
Mahomes
intercepted. For all your league that's there right now, that left the Giants defense on the waiver wire, Jimmy.
What is it? Go ahead.
35 points.
Wow. And counting.
And counting.
The ball will be down at the 19 for the Giants, where they'll take over with 11:18 left in the third. Hauschka adds a field goal for Buffalo. They lead by a touchdown here. Take a quick look. Mahomes intercepted, as it looks like Kansas City was going in trying to get more points, and then he's picked. And now Baltimore has the ball, trailing by 7, and they get a first down run by Gus Edwards. Gus the Bus, 2nd and 3 from their own 34. Miami has the ball. They got a first down and then committed a 10-yard penalty, moving them back. They have a 1st and 20 at their own 29. Tampa Bay forced a punt. New Orleans got the ball back, couldn't do nothing, and now Tampa Bay gets the ball back at their own 13. Houston with the ball to start off. Looks like Alfred Blue is in the game and playing well. He gets 11, leading to a first down out to around the Houston 47 with 13.5 there. Houston trails by 10, trying to get back in it at home. So there's our quick look around the league for those joining us.
Sorry, I'm taking a timeout to check my my fantasy.
You got some eggplant parmesan, is what you got.
I wish. Oh, yeah?
Somebody's got some eggplant palm or something.
Breaking news. Breaking news, Jimmy.
Oh, hold on.
My daughter just came over to me.
No. Hold on. Don't say it yet. Hold on. I got something for you. Hold on. Here we go. All right. That's our breaking news drop, Joe. Go ahead.
All right. My daughter just comes over to me and whispers in my ear, Nick and his friends are ordering something, and they're not letting us know.
Now that's a follow-up. What a phenomenal job by Sophia. What a great job by her playing I Spy and coming to report. Because in a follow-up to last week, they ordered food, and they didn't ask you, Joe. And if I remember last week, correct me if I'm wrong, you cooked the little bastard's breakfast.
Oh, yeah, you're 100% correct. And I got him, and I got him dinner the night before because I slept over.
Yep.
Joe, go put us on hold, Joe, and go get yourself some food ordered there. Giants on a 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Saquon to the 20 to 25. Out to around. He was going to break that one, man. I was waiting for him to go, and he got dragged down by his leg as he was trying to kick a defender off, but he gets around 9 or 10. We'll see where they mark it. It was close to a Giant first down. Another nice run by Saquon Barkley. Who, Joe, so listen, you know how vocal I was against Saquon. Not that I had anything against him, but because we were picking it too.
Yes.
Career high 163 yards, and he gets it again here, and he is stopped at the 30. Not really a big game, maybe one. Our draft order in the league, in the Bleedbigblue league, was random. And I ended up in a 12-team league getting the first pick, and I took Saquon Barkley. And this league is a lot like our league scoring-wise. So right now at $1.64, I am hoping Saquon can bust a run here. That 200-yard bonus would look really nice here in the 1 o'clock starts. So there we go. And I started Breeze. He has Phillip Rivers and a gaggle of other guys going later on. So here we go. Hand off to Barkley across the 30, 35 to the 36, maybe to the 37, depending on the spot. We'll set up a third down there, and that gets me closer to that 200-yard mark. What a throw from Rodgers to Randall Cobb to extend the lead there, right over his shoulder. Pretty pass as he dropped it in to extend the lead to 27-7. Atlanta down big in Green Bay. 3rd and 3 here for the Giants as they try to play keep away. Keep the clock moving here. Inside of 9.5. At the 36 out of the gun, it's Manning. Takes it, now looks, and complete one-handed catch. What a catch by Saquon Barkley. That throw could have been a lot better than Eli Manning, and if it was, maybe Saquon is still running. Instead, Saquon takes a pass that's a little too far in front of him, rips it away from the reaching linebacker Brown, and with his fingertips brings his right hand over, fumbles it a little bit, and then gets a hold of it while the defender's grabbing on him and keeps the Giant drive going after a gain of around 10 or so. Nice catch by Barkley. What'd you think of that one there, Joe?
That was nice. That was a great catch, man.
Hell of a catch.
You know, every pass can't be perfect, and you got to put it in a spot where you're hoping that the player can make the play, and he freaking made
90 seconds.
So he made the play, man. He really did. It led to a Giant first down, what leads to a pitch to Gallman, and he gets around 2 to the left side on the pitch, and sets up a 2nd and 8 here as Barkley gives a little wink to his teammate on the sideline, like, "Hey, I got this. We're good." So how about that stat that just came up? Most receptions by a rookie in franchise history. Looked like Beckham had 98.
60 seconds.
Have 74 so far and counting?
I think it's 74 and counting, yeah.
How about that? So Giants just across midfield at the skin 49 as Goldman's starting to step in his way inside the 45 to the 43 on a good carry there, and it'll set up a third down and short for the G-Men. speaking of food, I'm hungry. Now would be a good time to order, figuring it's going to be around 45 minutes before some food shows up, right, Joe?
Yeah. I'm going to wait this out because this is the way I am. I'm going to see what happens here, Jim.
No, Joe, I got news for you, bro. We're going to eat happy tonight. There's no way this team is losing this game.
10
Eli takes
seconds.
the shotgun, throws, complete. Does that Evan Ingram to the 30, 25, 20 inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. Big completion over the middle from Ingram. And, Joe, I got to tell you, he hasn't found the end zone, so maybe the Brate over Ingram thing didn't hurt you. But I know I recommended that Ingram was too much of a wild card. That's the second nice play there for Ingram. He's got around 3 or 4 catches for some nice gains. Not a bad game fantasy-wise for Evan Ingram. Still not sure he's outdoing Cameron Brate, though.
No, he's not. But
3 for 77, though, for Ingram. Nice job.
Yeah. Here's another tidbit. How about having him lose a little bit of weight, right, and play wide receiver? We get rid of the Odell.
Could be. Handoff. That is inside around the 10 is where he stopped. Didn't get inside the 10. Handoff to Goldman gets around 3. I don't know. I think he's a matchup problem at tight end. I think the way in the NFL that you can use guys now potentially to, more of have starters in certain positions when it comes to the tight end spot. Maybe guys are more down and distance players where it depends on the package. I think you can create some mismatches here. We've seen it today where he's gotten some chunks against some coverage. I don't know. I like him still. Hopefully he can learn as a blocker. Play action here. Complete. Touchdown Giants. Now the route continues as a play action rollout, and this one goes to Shepard. How about Joe? What if I told you at the beginning of the day Eli Manning would be killing Drew Brees in terms of fantasy play? Eli Manning having a great day here for the Giants, 40-0. The pylon continues for Big Blue.
Can we not mention that Drew Brees thing? Thank you.
Can we mention here now, Joe? Do you get Loletta in on the next series?
Wow, very good there. I think you might put it. I would. Wow, that's yes.
Right?
I would do fourth quarter. I'd do fourth quarter. Yes, I would. 40-0. Are you crazy?
41-0.
I'd throw him in and take Saquon and tell him to relax for a little bit.
Right?
100%. 100%.
I would. I'll tell you the truth. I think that I would continue to play Barkley with Loletta in the game because I think I'd want to see Loletta with the starters, if that makes any sense. I sort of want to see him with the full complement of guys that we have as opposed to just taking Barkley out. But that means getting him in the game on the next series because I don't want Barkley in for this whole game.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say is if you're going to do it that way, then you put him in now.
But if you told me that if you can steal a drive with Barkley and have it be either still in the third quarter or maybe your first possession in the fourth, depending on what happens here, where I can see Loletta with Barkley, then I would really like to see that. Ravens go for it on 4th down and touchdown. Jackson to Williams on 4th down knocks the game up in Kansas City off the Mahomes pick. So things get interesting in Kansas City. 17 all there as Tucker adds the extra point. In Tampa Bay, not a lot of yards for Drew Brees, but here come the Saints as they now have 1st and goal from the Tampa Bay 8 after a completion to Kamara sets them up inside the 10-yard line in Tampa Bay. Deshaun Watson now has a 4th and 1 from the 1-yard line of Indianapolis, 4th and goal there as he completed a pass to Griffin. So we're going to check we're going to check Tampa Bay and New Orleans. We're going to check Houston here and see what happens as New Orleans and Houston both trail by double digits and try to make things interesting here. Brady completes a pass to Josh Gordon for 29 yards that takes New England down to the Miami 26 as they try to add on to their 6-point lead. Green Bay has the ball back in their own territory. Not much going on there. 2nd and 11 for them. Carolina is still not at 17, facing a 1st and 25. Buffalo's still up 7 at home against the Jets. So let's check and see what happens in these other games. Go ahead.
Jimmy, breaking news.
All right, hold on.
Breaking news.
Hello.
What's going on, buddy?
This is live.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How the hell did that happen?
I rigged it.
Look at you. How about that?
So, I don't.
Good.
You want to keep going or?
No. I'll keep going. I'll finish it up. Loletta just threw a pick. Are we still streaming?
Yeah, we're streaming. I'll double check, but I think we're good.
All right. Checking to see if we're live. If we are, listen, Cousin Joey, if you can still hear us, Blog Talk kicked us off for now. And here, I'll try to bring Joey on. My bad. Are we good? All right. All right. Good. Awesome. We're back. You didn't really miss much, Giant fans. Loletta's in, threw a pick. Sorry we lost you there for a little bit.
This might.
As we said, we're still trying to work out some of the kinks, and this is one of them to see how we can go a full 3 hours with no interruptions. But we appreciate if you're still with us. If you hung by, we're gonna bring you the fourth quarter. Right now, 13 and some change left. No change in the score. 40-0, the Giants lead. They are living shit out of the Washington Redskins today. I got somebody trying to call me on my line, and I can't speak right now. So if anyone's listening, if there's anybody in my fantasy league,
Not happening
please.
this moment, right?
Yeah, it's not happening right now. Like, you guys got to take a back seat. I can't babysit everyone in this league. So here we go. Is that Josh Johnson still in the game? It is. Play action, good pressure by the Giants. It's Morrow, and Johnson will just get rid of it and throw it away. We'll check where they are since we lost you. We'll check where they are on the field. We'll check all that good stuff.
Also, James, if you wanted to add someone that you know that's on what the platform that we're using, I think you just have to hit that plus sign.
Yeah, I'm not even messing with
it. Just keep it like this.
I'm not even. There's 13 minutes left. We can get through it. If I hit the wrong button and then we end up having to call back, it's just. Ugh. So we'll just leave it as is. It's a blowout. And the Redskins have the ball on the 2nd and 10 from the Giant 14. Out of the shotgun, Johnson has it, gets it out to the left, complete. down to the 10 before Jenkins tackles him and he falls forward to the 8. We'll set up a third down there. So I haven't had a chance to, Marco, are you with me? I haven't had a chance to really take a gander at any of the comments. Anybody saying anything? We good? What's the dealie? Fourth quarter. And Johnson gets away to the 10, down to the 5. He's going to get in. Touchdown. So there goes the shutout. Nobody was open. Johnson doing what he does. Scampers out to the right, gets a little bit of an angle, gets into the end zone. Touchdown right there for the Redskins. So they do not get shut out. They put 6 on the board. Now they'll probably go for 2. So there we go. 42-6 as we stand right now. Lauletta's pick turns into a touchdown for the Redskins. Now, if you guys listen to the podcast, you have full permission to blame Tim for that Lauletta interception. Tim should go on the list of shame because Lauletta completes one pass. Tim declares him the next coming, and then he throws the interception, which leads to the touchdown, which eliminates the shutout. So now out of the shotgun on the 2-point conversion, all Tim's fault, and they'll blow it dead here. And there's Tim. Timmy in the background. Jets scored a touchdown, not at 20 with 12 minutes left in Buffalo. Carolina leads by 3 with under a minute left in the third. Cleveland has the ball at their own 32 on a 3rd and 3. Atlanta getting blown out. We'll get to them later as after the penalty, the 2-point conversion now for Washington from their own 8. Out of the gun, Johnson getting blitz, stands in, throws, and complete to the back of the end zone. And the 2-point conversion is good to Vernon Davis, 40-8. Washington now trails our New York Football Giants. In Miami, they have just taken the lead. They have the ball. They didn't just take the lead. Tannehill's back. They lead by 1. They just completed a pass to Stills, which puts them in position to get their drive continuing. They're going to keep going. They have the ball at their own 35 right now, and then they just had a penalty, which leads them to a 1st and 20. Unreal. Deshaun Watson to Demaryius Thomas, and that leads to a 1st down. Houston trails by 10 at the moment with a full quarter left to play there. So we missed some things as we try to get you back around the league. New Orleans now takes the lead as they have scored again. They lead 18-14. Atlanta in the red zone. If you got Matt Ryan and Julio Jones and Tevin Coleman in your fantasy league in the playoffs, we'll keep you what's going on, keep you what's going there. First couple of Giant games we announced were pretty good games. Brought us down to the wire, had some onside kick fun. This one has been a blowout, and as we speak, Matt Ryan's to Julio Jones for a touchdown there. 13:34 left in the 4th. Atlanta now cuts the lead to what they hope will be 20 with the extra point pending. They trail 34-13 at the moment. So appreciate if you hung around with us. Baltimore and Kansas City knotted at 17. 7 minutes left in the fourth in what's been a good game there. And then, of course, we brought you all the other games. And we will wait for the Giant game to come back here as I try to decide what I want for fucking dinner. Giant game back. We'll see what Loletta can do. Coming off the interception. Hopefully they'll let him throw the ball. 12 minutes left. It's 40-8. There should be nothing that happens in this game that leads to a Giant debacle and blowing this one. And I hope they let the kid play a little bit and see what he has coming off the interception so we can maybe have something to evaluate with the young quarterback. So the kickoff goes into the end zone, and the Giants and Loletta will start from the 25. I know Cousin Joey's happy now that we got some points here from Drew Brees. Tampa Bay, I know that if you're a fantasy guy, you're hoping Tampa Bay comes down and scores so Brees gets the ball back. Maybe make this a 20-point game for him. Right now he has around 15 or so, depending on your scoring system with his turnovers and a couple of touchdowns that he's had. So update here, and again, lots of time left, lots of guys still to go, but I'm playing Timmy in our fantasy league in Bleed Big Blue as Loletta hands off to Gallman, who gets a couple. Looks like these days might be over. Barkley got me 50 points in our fantasy matchup, and he still has Rivers and Cooper and Cooks and Adams and Dalvin Cook and Nelson. I still have Zerline and Samuels and Jackson and Pettis and Woods. But as of right now, Captain Negative leads 90-19. So we'll see what happens there. Kaufman for another couple. As we go over Eli's numbers here, check this out. So 357 touchdowns, 8th in NFL history. 5,500 yards, 7th in NFL history, as they were going over some of the Eli Manning stats there. Impressive career overall. You know how some of us feel on the podcast that it may be time to move on from Eli, but overall, you can't. Hall of Fame career and the greatest quarterback in franchise history, as Loletta now throws what was almost a second interception, was under pressure, falling on his back foot, and was looking for Ingram, and now the Giants will have to punt again. So Loletta looking shaky here. And again, he's a young quarterback. We're not going to know what he is at this point right away. But, you know, first couple of series here, little shaky as we reach the 10.5-minute mark and what looks like it's going to be a very fucking boring final 10 minutes of this game. So let's look around the league, as some of us have DirecTV, as good coverage there by the Giants. Shepard, nice tackle on the punt. Touchdown Browns. Nick Chubb gets in from 4 yards out, so the Browns take the lead over Carolina. They lead by 3 with the extra point pending. New England has the ball at midfield. The Saints have the ball back at midfield. Kansas City is going to have to punt. Mahomes sacked, and Kansas City is going to have to punt, giving Baltimore the ball back with 6 minutes left. It's a blowout in Green Bay. They're up 20, and Buffalo knotted at 20 with the Jets. They have the ball over midfield. Houston leads by 10, trying desperately to get the ball back. Indy has the ball right now and just got a first down with 13 and a half left in that one. So saddle up and ride down the stretch. We're going to keep you abreast of what's going on around the league. And we're back. Full disclosure, I had to pee. So, it's been 2.5 hours sitting here, talking my ass off, drinking some water. Had to go to the bathroom. Deal with it. Justin just asked our group chat, who do we need to win? Jesus Christ. Who do we need to win? The Eagles or the Cowboys? Should I reply both? Let's confuse them. See if we can reply both. These guys really are cheering for this team to make the playoffs. It's unreal. Hey, whatever floats your boat, Giant fans. Need a lot of luck for that to happen. As Josh Johnson slings it complete out across the 35, maybe to the 36. And it's going to be a flag against the Redskins that'll bring it back. Let's see what Justin had to say. So, Josh Johnson and the Redskins are going to call a timeout here. Checking up on some of the messages that we have. See what information, if any. Who do we need to win? The Eagles or the boys? Let's tell Justin both and see what he says. Both. I can't see on YouTube what some of the comments may be. Check Facebook, see what anybody's talking about there. As Josh Johnson has the ball on a 1st and 25 after the penalty from his own 8. Now from his end zone, now steps up, gets to the 10, to the 15, and dives forward across the 20 on a nice little scamper there by Josh Johnson. Here's Johnson again. 2nd and 13. Dumps it out over the middle. It's complete. The crowd to the 30 to the 40. Now he has a man to beat. Goodbye. 40, 30, 25, 15, 5. Touchdown. Crowder, big play from Johnson, beat his man coming across the middle, and there were no Giants there. He just went right up the sideline. Looked like there might have been a safety that had a shot with him, but Crowder kicked it up a notch and just put on the burners, took it down the sideline, and gets the touchdown from around 79 yards. Caught the ball probably around 3 yards across the line of scrimmage and just outran everybody. Took it to the house. And the Redskins, if you got Crowder in a deep league and you played him, you're thrilled right now here in the fantasy playoffs. Or if you had some balls and played him in a DFS, that's a big play right there. Now the Redskins will go for 2 as they try to cut it to 42-16. Takes the snap and play action, throws complete to the back of the end zone. And with 8:48 left, Josh Johnson has sparked the Redskins a little bit, and the lead is now 24. Still safe. Let's pray. But right now, Giants still sitting pretty. Let's see what we got going on. Around the league. So, Houston gets the ball back. They trail by 10. There's 10 minutes left. They have the ball at their own 9 there. So, chance to get back in the game with a drive there. Jets have the ball. Now on a 3rd and 10 from their own 44. That game's still not at a 20. Carolina facing a 3rd and 10 at their own 25 with 13 minutes left. They trail by 3. Atlanta, with 10:49 left, has the ball. They trail 34-14 in Green Bay. Kansas City now trailing by 7, has the ball with 4 minutes left. New England scored. Gostkowski kicks a field goal, so they take the lead by 2. And New Orleans scored again. So now they lead 25-14. They've come storming back and have control of that game with 7.5 minutes left all of a sudden in Tampa Bay. Giants, meanwhile, will start at their own 25 in a game that they control. They've dominated throughout. Josh Johnson has come in and moved the Redskins up and down the field a little bit late. Giants look like they're playing some prevent and doing some things differently than they were earlier, and the Redskins have had some success. Now, a pitch to Gallman, and he is met at the line of scrimmage and falls forward for around a maybe 2. Setting up a 2nd down and 8 for Loletta and the Giants offense. And they're doing a side-by-side comparison of Barkley and Darnold. And I hope they're just talking respectively about the kids and not really comparing them. Running back should come out and make an immediate impact. Quarterback should not. So let's just keep that in mind right there. Handoff to Gallman out to the 30, and he's met there and stopped. It'll be a 3rd down and 5. As we go inside of 8 minutes. Haven't seen Bark 3rd quarter, and no reason to. 170 yards on the ground, 27 through the air. Just a great game by Saquon Barkley. Couple of long runs. Really put the team on his back today. And Eli played well for the Giants. Tip of the cap to him. Defense really set the tone. The Giants have controlled this one, as we said, throughout. Lead by 24 right now. As out of the shotgun, Loletta takes the snap. Now looks and throws a floater out to Gallman on a wheel route and wasn't close. Too much out in front over his head, and that's that. So how did Kansas City relinquish the lead? Well, Lamar Jackson found John Brown on a nice little pass to take the lead. That's how they got their lead. They lead by 7 as Kansas City now faces a 1st and 15. That's what's going on there. They're at their own 34, 2:38 left in that one. As the Giants will punt the ball back to Josh Johnson and crew. Coming up next, big game in the NFC East. Eagles and the Cowboys. Cowboys lead the division at 7-5. Eagles trying to hold on for dear life. I believe they're at 6-6. Dallas has won 4 straight. And the Eagles have won 4 out of their last 5 games in Dallas. So should be a good one this afternoon. And the Giant fans, you should be interested if you're still trying to hold on to some playoff hopes. So from their own 25, Josh Johnson now. Out to the right, complete, gain of around 5 inbounds. Clock will continue to run at the 7-minute mark. Trying to keep abreast of what's going around the league here, as well as the 2nd and 5 in play now as Johnson takes the snap. Plenty of time, rolls right, now will run with it and has a first down. Just across the 35, maybe to the 36, not even, but a first down for the Redskins. Clock will continue to run inside of 6:30. At the 35, Johnson takes the snap, now complete to the 40, slips a tackle, and a first down out to the 45-yard line. Completion gives. Right now I lead Tim by 74 in our fantasy matchup. Blitz by the Giants, and it's incomplete. Looks like they were trying to set up a screen there, maybe to Bibbs. And the Giants were all over it. It fell incomplete. And it'll set up a second down. There's a flag on the play. We'll check that. Hold on, guys. I'm yelling at people on Facebook. Full start there by the Skins. People are hilarious. So there's a bunch of people right now on Facebook that are commenting. It's pretty funny. And I just got called wow, I'm not even going to say it because they may take it down off of YouTube if I do, but it was pretty funny. If you follow us on a Bleed Big Blue Nation, which is some of the fan sites, as that's an incomplete pass there. I just got called a douche and the guy spelt it wrong. That's hilarious. At least spell it right. If you're gonna at least spell it right. Jesus. So basically, you're just saying that, Barkley had a great game and all, but I mean, look at the teams that we've beat on this streak, and I'm not gonna, as it's a completion across midfield to Dotson, still on his feet, tons of Giants trying to bring him down. He stays on his feet inside to around the 40, maybe the 39. Huge completion as we're inside of 5.5. Redskins hurrying up to the line of scrimmage. I mean, you can't get blinded by all this stuff. I mean, Barkley, for everything he is, I mean, in this league, guys, you need a quarterback. And my concern is that if the Giants don't fix that problem, you're going to be looking at a lot of the same issues next year and moving forward. And running backs come and go in this league as a completion to Dotson, and now you question what the Giants are doing. They're just letting them march up the field here. That one goes inside the 5 on another completion to Dotson, who's getting some garbage points here as we go inside of 5 minutes. And the Redskins look to maybe get this thing to around 40 to 23, 24. So there we go. Four and a half left. See if there was a flag on that one as they check it. And it'll be a 1st and goal, but after the penalty, they'll set him up at around the 18. So here we go. Josh Johnson out of the gun. Takes the snap. He's back. He's in the pocket. He throws. He's looking end zone, and it is intercepted by the Giants in the end zone. And now they'll return it out to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. And he steps it about around the 24. It looks like Michael Thomas, who made a great, nice play in good coverage right around the goal line, took it out of the air and pretty much cements this one away for the New York Giants, who will keep their slim playoff hopes alive with a win today, a dominant win in Washington. Great job by the Giants here. Let's look around the league as it's been a little bit here. Let's take you around the NFL as we do have some action. So, Houston trails by 10. They have a 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line, 4:40 left there. They just got the ball back, so they need to come down scoring in a hurry. Buffalo is up 3. They just kicked a field goal, so they take a 3-point lead with 2:31 left there in the 4th quarter over the Jets at home. Carolina has the ball with 8.5 left there. Carolina is trailing by 6 in Cleveland. They have a 2nd and 6 at their own 29-yard line. Green Bay pretty much in full control with 6.5 there. 34-14 Green Bay. Kansas City with a minute left trails by 7. Has the ball at the Baltimore 12 on a 2nd and 10. So forgive me, Giant fans, but let's use some common sense here. And with the Giants up big and just putting this thing away, let's go live to Kansas City and see what's going on there as a big game in the AFC. Kansas City, 2nd and 10. They have the ball at the Baltimore 12, and I am live there right now. So here we go. Mahomes out of the gun. 3 wide receivers, Looks like 4. One of them's Kelsey. Now takes the snap. Looks left. Throws out complete. It's Conley. And he is inside the 10 out to around maybe down to the 7. And it'll be 3rd down in 2-down territory with 1:06 left for the Chiefs. Mahomes 28 of 44, 303, a touchdown and a pick. So far today. 3rd and 5 from the 7. Handoff. Churning forward. And not a lot. It was handoff to Ware. He gets maybe around 5. Got to question that call, not putting the ball in Mahomes' hands at least twice there. And now it'll be 4th down, 53 seconds left. Baltimore has 2 timeouts. Kansas City has 3. They'll use one here as they will take a break. We will click back over to the Giant game just to do our due diligence. See what's going on here. Looks like Laletta on the replay. Possibly an incompletion. Josh Norman a little upset, whatever it was, and Laletta will face a 3rd and 8. Laletta out of the gun. Takes the snap, hands it off as the Giants just letting the clock kick to the 2-minute warning. So we'll go back to Kansas City here as it's a 4th and 3 out of the gun. It's Mahomes. He's got a back to his left. Takes the snap, drops back, some pressure, now throws, complete touchdown. Is that Damian Williams? I think it is. Got it to him to around the 2, and then he turned it up and got into the end zone. That'll leave 53 seconds left for Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens to try to get in field goal range for Justin Tucker. But right now, Bucker will come on and try to knot this thing up at 24. Nice pass by Mahomes. Tie game. Trying to take a look and see what other games right now have some hot stuff going on to get to. Everything, well, the Carolina just jumped into the red zone. Deshaun Watson has led them down, has led the Texans into the red zone. So Carolina with 4.5 left, trail by 6, and they're at the Cleveland 10. Houston trails by 10 at home with their winning streak on the line, and now just got a penalty, which will lead to a 1st and goal at the Indy 7, 2:50 left there. And with the Giant game pretty much a wrap, as the Redskins look like they have maybe 1 timeout left, as the Giants just running the ball. So the Giants are going to get their win. And we're going to stick, I'll stick with you guys and give you a little Lamar Jackson on the drive here. There's a touchdown to Deshaun, from Deshaun Watson to Hopkins. And they had jumped back in it here with 2:37 left in Houston. Lamar Jackson out of the shotgun from the 25. He throws it. It is complete. Out to the 35-yard line to Crabtree. Timeout, Baltimore. After the 1st down throw. So Lamar Jackson, 3-0 as a rookie, now comes in to play Patrick Mahomes. Baltimore had lost maybe 3 in a row, I think, before Lamar was able to come in and become the starter. And they've put together a couple of wins in a row here, 7-5, and a chance for a huge win that will help their playoff hopes a lot. Justin Tucker's season long is 56, and they are at the 36-yard line their own on a 1st and 10. Jackson now slings it out to the side, incomplete. Was looking for John Brown. Looks like Jackson was more throwing it away than anything else. It'll be 2nd and 10. So here's Lamar Jackson out of the gun. Pressman, he's fumbled. He got hit from behind and fumbled, and the Chiefs recover and will have a chance to win this football game. Blitz came from his blind side. He didn't see it. He didn't see it at all, and he didn't really have a shot. Got hit from behind just as he was about to try to throw it. The ball came out, and the Chiefs recover at the Baltimore 24-yard line. Unreal. Kansas City now. Look to run this thing out. Handoff. Doesn't really go anywhere. It's to Williams. As they will just run this thing, let Baltimore probably take a timeout here, and then just kick a field goal and try to escape this thing with a 27-24 victory. I'll stay with you here through the end of this one. And then I'm going to eat, to be honest with you. You guys can find me on social media and yell at me all you want. I really don't give a fuck. Another fun time. We will definitely bring it to you next Sunday as well. No timeouts left for Baltimore, so here we go with a handoff, and he is dropped. That's a loss of around 2, which makes it a little more of a difficult attempt for Bucker. And now Kansas City with 2 timeouts will let this thing tick down. Tick, 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 tick. Andy Reid just patiently waiting. And timeout with 3 seconds left. Bucker will try to put this away, and then I will say la vie. Flacco talking to Lamar Jackson there on the sideline about what might have happened. Jets going in, New England going in, all in close games. So good luck in your fantasy matchups here, as this will be the last play that I stay with you with. So it's been fun. Big Blue always. Giants win again to stay alive. Eagles and Cowboys coming up. Huge game. If you're a Giant fan, tune in there. And here's Bucker from 43. Snap, spot, kick, and it is, guess what, gentlemen and ladies, no good to the right.
What?
Baltimore stays alive, and they'll go to OT in Kansas City.
We've moved on to Baltimore, huh?
I went to it was they were going in. What happened was our game was over.
Yeah.
I got the DirecTV here, which is awesome. And I saw that Kansas City was going in with like under a minute left, down 7. So I flipped over. They went live. Then we said, you know what? I said, I'm going to stay on because Jackson had the ball with under a minute left. He fumbled. Chiefs get the ball back, run out the clock, take a timeout, and then from 43 miss, and they'll go to overtime. I am done. I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat some dinner and celebrate a Giants victory. I'm done, Marco. My throat hurts.
You can't do no more.
Hopefully everybody enjoyed. Bleed Big Blue always. We'll see you on the podcast on Wednesday night. Go Giants. Big win.